Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, Uncle Bruce here, live on December the 29th, 2021. And it is 5:30 in the morning here in the West, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome one and all to the broadcast today. We're going to try to cover the markets in plain English like we always do. Try to stay on top of what's happening, the trends. It is a slow week this week, admittedly. The pundits out there are not looking for a lot to happen, but there's always stuff going on. Of course, the big news always nowadays, the variant, how many positive cases are showing up. Saw a story this morning that raised my eyebrows a little bit. It has to do with the Cunard ship called the Queen Mary 2. It is a true ocean liner type of a ship, like the QE, like the Queen Elizabeth II was. Very strong hull in the front end, designed to cut through very high and nasty waves in the North Atlantic, and designed to go through, summer, winter conditions, you name it. Anyway, the ship had arrived in New York just around Christmas time, and they had a number of passengers on board that had tested positive for the variant, and they immediately sequestered. I think all 1,000 passengers were put up in hotels for Christmas in Brooklyn. Yeah, I'm celebrating Christmas in Brooklyn in a Holiday Inn when I should be on a luxury cruise ship sailing to I think Bermuda or Bahamas. Anyway, the ship I think added passengers in New York, which was the plan. Offloaded and added and continued on its journey. Journey, I should say. Now I understand that the ship, I think it's in Bermuda, if I'm not mistaken, and it was supposed to go back to New York, and then go back to Southampton. That's the whole thing, and there was a sort of a Caribbean portion to this cruise. Anyway, all that's canceled. All that's canceled this morning. I guess last night in the evening, a letter was delivered to all passengers by the captain of the ship. Because of positive test results among crew, they're short crew. They don't have enough crew on board because the ship only came across the ocean with 1,000 passengers instead of 3,300 normally that the ship could handle, maybe even 3,800. They had a much smaller crew on board. Well, a number of crew members are ill, and they have to be tended to on shore. Can't have them on the ship, and so some were lost in New York, some more now down in the south in the Caribbean. They are flying in crew from I think the UK. I'm not 100% sure, but they are flying crew in to replace ill crew members, and they have abandoned their return trip to New York, and so they are going to disembark passengers off the ship in the next day or two. I'm not exactly sure this. And they're going to fly them back to New York at the company expense. Cruise is over, and then the ship will go straight back to Southampton from the Caribbean. So, I mean, we're talking about all kinds of interruptions here on cruise ships. I've heard now there are over 90 cruise ships that have positive cases of the virus on board right now. How in the world the CDC doesn't shut her down? I know how in the world you don't shut it down. It's the same philosophy that you have for allowing Americans. Let me rephrase that. It's the same philosophy for allowing domestic flights in the United States to take place, say Boston to Washington, or New York to LA, or Denver to Vegas. You take any flight in America, anywhere you want in the U.S. You do not need you don't have to have the vaccines. You don't have to have testing. You need to just wear a mask and get on an airplane, fly wherever you want. That is freedom in America right there. And America now has got record numbers of positive cases everywhere. It is just ridiculous. Is it the fault of the airlines? No, you can't fault the airlines for that. Are they contributing to it? Oh, yeah. Oh, they're helping spread it. All right. You got that right. There are people on planes right now that are positive that don't know they're positive because they haven't been tested. They don't have to be tested. So they don't know. People are feeling fine. I feel great. I went on a plane. I'm going from Denver to Seattle. It's all good. And they got 110 people on the plane with them, and there might be 15 of them that are positive. Nobody knows. There could be crew members are testing positive. Nobody really knows. It is so loosey goosey. It's crazy. And so now the cruise lines, they're not shutting down, and the airlines are fighting Washington to keep this policy in place. It's just fine the way it is what the airlines are saying. Of course, if you want to fly into the United States from like your buddies out of Canada, Canadians want to fly down to the United States. You have to have full blown vaccines. Certainly, you're going to have your boosters, and you have to have a negative test within 24 hours. Otherwise, you can't fly to the United States out of Canada, which is just the 45th undefended parallel border, the longest undefended border in the United States, in the world, actually. Unbelievable. So Canadians have to go through all this rigmarole to come down and to go home. Whereas once in the United States, a Canadian can get on a plane in LA and fly to Phoenix, and then a week later fly to New Orleans, and a week later go to Miami and go up to New York and just get on the plane with a mask. That's all we ask. The double standard is absolutely unbelievable. Anyway, why aren't they canceling the cruises? Why aren't they canceling flights, or at least making it mandatory to be vaccinated? Do you think it has something to do with the high number of consultants in Washington right now? Yeah, you got that right. It's all about the opinion polls. And do you want to be the politician that everyone points the finger at, saying, "Oh, you won't let me fly in my own country," or "You are the one who canceled cruises"? And the administration doesn't want anything to do with it. The administration is trying to slough off all the responsibility to the states. The states don't want anything to do with it. They don't want to shut down either. Nobody wants to shut down, because the almighty dollar and the almighty vote of the voter is what's at stake here. And as long as it's politically expedient to just keep things going the way they are, people will continue to get sick, die, and become very ill and have lifelong problems because of the side effects of this virus in America. Yeah, that's what's going on. Now, Caribbean countries where these cruise ships are going to, they are banning cruise ships left, right, and center. I mean, I can't believe the CDC is using the excuse of, Grand Cayman won't allow a cruise ship in. Now St. Thomas and St. Martin, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and other islands, they're not allowing cruise ships in. Curacao, Aruba, on and on it goes. Mexico, same thing. That would be the perfect segue for CDC to say, well, because of the shutdown everywhere else, we're going to shut down the ships as well. Because what's happening here is the cruise people, the passengers get on a ship in Miami, supposed to go on a 7-day cruise with 3 stops, 4 stops. They have no stops. They might have like 1 stop at a private island for 6 hours, and the rest of the time they're at sea. Well, being at sea means you're on a ship in a confined space for 1,500 crew and 1,500 passengers, 3,000 people, confined space. You're not getting off the ship into the great outdoors. So you're stuck on board the ship, which means more hours and more hours and more hours in confined indoor facilities. Yes, in the Caribbean, you can go for a walk around the deck. How many walks around the deck you want to take every day? You're going to walk around for 6 hours on the deck to get the good old fresh air? You're not going to do that. You're going to lie in the pool for a while, yeah, but you're going to go and have a nibble in the buffet. You're going to have a bite to eat at the Chinese restaurant, or the Italian restaurant. In the evening, you're going to be in the casino. Have you been in a casino on a cruise ship? They're not 40-foot high ceilings inside those casinos in cruise ships. In a Vegas hotel, like in a Vegas casino, you got 20-foot high ceilings, 30-foot high ceilings, and ventilation galore. Lots of room between slot machines. In a cruise ship cruise ship casino, not that roomy. And they're allowed, most were allowing smoking up until just a few weeks ago. We're talking cramped. So the ability for this virus to just proliferate on a cruise ship is just fantastic. I mean, the virus couldn't ask for a better environment. And as I've said a million times to you, just because you have the vaccine, since you've been inoculated, doesn't mean you can't get the virus. You can still catch it and spread it to those who are perhaps vulnerable to its effects. Anyway, Cruise ships are allowed to sail. Planes are allowed to fly. Even more loosey goosey than anything. I mean, the loosest restrictions on the planet right now to fly is in the United States of America. The planet. I don't think any other country allows this level of complete freedom to go wherever you want. Certainly not a G20 country. No other first world country operates like this. This is utterly asinine. And it is every country in the world is looking at the Americans going, what are you doing? What are you people doing over there? But they're doing it. And politically, no politician is thinking, hey, if I were to restrict air travel in my state, I'm going to get reelected. No, you're not getting reelected. You're going to get slammed by all the Looney Tunes out there. And there's enough voters who support the Looney Tunes to vote you out because most Americans don't vote. I mean, it's reality. Unbelievable. It's just, oh, wow, just crazy. Okay, that's today. This is a slow day. The markets are down right now. The Dow's off 8 points, 9 points. The S&P's down 1 point, and the Nasdaq's down 3. U.S. trade deficit in goods jumps 17.5% to a record $97 billion as imports surge. That's not good for the markets because they're going, hey, if we're importing and we're not exporting like we should be exporting, that means our trade deficit's going higher. U.S. dollar is going to go down in value. Interest rates are going to go higher. The markets don't like that. So we're down 13 on the Dow right now, on a little bit of pullback. But what do you want? Americans have a pent-up need and want to spend. They want to buy stuff. And there's been problems getting stuff in fast enough for the appetite, which has kind of kept certain economies going. But lots of fun out there. I'll tell you guys, it is just unreal. There's a lot of talk now about, what's going to happen in 2022? Because the Federal Reserve of the United States has indicated that they're going to ease, monetary policy. They're going to tighten monetary policy. Instead of ease it, they're going to tighten it. And that should have 3 interest rate hikes, one in maybe March, June, and September. Some analysts are saying, no, the first rate increase will be June. The second one will be August, and the last one will be November. And they're all saying a quarter point each time, probably. So it's a 1% bump in interest rates, so that the official Fed fund rate will be 1% by the end of next year. And then other analysts are saying in the next year after that, 2023, they're expecting another 1% bump to get the Fed fund rate to about 2%. And there are actually analysts out there today saying, if the Federal Reserve is going to increase rates 3 times next year, America will go into a recession and we'll have a massive stock pullback. Headline seekers is what these guys are. I don't think so. The estimates right now for corporate earnings for this coming year, on the S&P 500, all 500 companies combined, the estimates are average that earnings will rise 8% this year, 8% higher. And a lot of prognosticators are saying with that kind of number coming through, with that kind of earnings power coming through, the S&P 500 will be higher next year than it is now, because the earnings PE multiple, the price earnings multiple, will still be in the 20s. And that justifies a market that could be 15% higher than it is now for the whole market combined. Now, certain stocks will be above that, certain stocks will match that, and certain stocks will be below that. That's how markets work. And some companies will deliver 8% earnings, some will deliver less than that, some will have losses, and some will have gains above 8%. The key here is that for the S&P 500, 22% of the S&P 500 is dominated by 6 companies, 6 companies, the FANG stocks. And these guys are making money hand over fist. They're doing very, very well. Thank you very much. And the estimates are it's just going to keep right on going because they dominate their businesses. They've crushed competition. They've either bought it out or run it into the ground. And they can do whatever the hell they want. And our friends at Apple and Microsoft and Google and wherever, they're just rolling. And the antitrust lawyers can't keep up with these guys. They can't stop them, even in other countries. Because, of course, as an antitrust legal department for a certain country, you have to go through the courts, and that allows the opposition, in other words, these companies, to hire their lawyers to protect their turf. And it delays and delays and delays these hearings. You have discoveries. We're talking a decade per case to get to court. And by the time a decade rolls by, if the court rules that you owe $50 million in antitrust violations, you appeal it and you delay it another 5 years. It's now 15 years from the date of inception. By the time you have to pay the $50 million, if you even have to pay it, inflation has dropped that down to $20 million. And you keep going. When you're as big as you are, nothing stops the steamroller, and you just keep rolling along. Now, for investors, what do you care? You're an investor. What do you care? You don't care. You don't care if the United States Justice Department is going to run Apple on a anti whatever charge of some kind of manipulating charge. You don't care if Italy has a problem, France. What do you care? You don't. You don't care. And should you care? No, you shouldn't care. Why should you care? You have your own problems. Every investor out there has their own bills. We have obligations. I have to pay my bills. You have to pay your bills, and we have to trade the market that we have, the market we're given, the market we're in. So you guys gotta make money in the market with the market you have. You can't base your investments on a 15-year future judgment against Amazon or Google or anybody. You can't do that. No, you're not going to do that. What are you nuts? If you're 55 now, you're going to be 70 by the time this happens. You're 70 now, you're going to be 85. Are you still here? I mean, come on. No, you don't care. You don't have to care. You have to care about what the markets are doing today, this week, this month, this year. That's what you have to care about. And if you're an option writer, you don't have to care about anything. You only care about momentum. You care about what's the stock doing this week, next week, the week after. That's what I want to know. As an option writer, you are looking for opportunities to create options on stock you own, to generate revenue to you on time depreciation and or out of the money, out of the money factors. So if you can write a call option on Gamestop at 160 and the stock's at 158, and you write a contract that dies this Friday, and by this afternoon or by tomorrow morning you buy it back for half the price you sold it for, do you care about anti-competitive practices of Apple in Italy? No, it makes no damn difference, no matter how that case ever goes, because you're looking at what GameStop's doing today and tomorrow and the day after that. If you're watching like Nick is, he's watching Tesla right now. Does he care about what Tesla's future is 5 years from now? No. Why should he? Why should he give a crap about what Tesla's future is going to be 5 years from now? He cares about what Tesla's future is in the next 2 hours. What's Tesla going to do in the first hour of trading is what he wants to know. As the stock's 1,092 right now. In the pre-market, it hit 1,015 already. But he couldn't write a contract this morning at 1,015. He couldn't write $1,120 contract. He would love to have written 1,120 or 1,125 this morning, but he couldn't. The market wasn't open. So he has to wait for the market to open, and hopefully Tesla will have a bump. But unfortunately, Tesla is losing that bump. It's only up 420 now, when it was up about $20 from here about an hour and a half ago. That's what a guy like Nick would have to care about. And why not? That's what he's supposed to do. That's exactly the correct way to think about this. All of you out there are looking at all kinds of different stocks, wondering, what are we going to do with our investments? What are our stocks going to do? How are they going to open or close? GameStop 147.80 up $1.34. That's not high enough of a move to get me all excited to write a contract for this Friday, because this is the kind of price where you and I know. Yesterday morning, it opened up in the first 15 minutes. It went up $10 a share to 157 yesterday morning. We might see that again. Maybe we'll see more than that. Maybe it'll go, instead of 157, it'll go to 163 this morning. I don't know. I don't think it's going to $80 a share, but I don't think it's going to go to 200 today either, unless they've got an announcement they want to make. But we're looking for day trades. We're looking for short-term option opportunities to write contracts. We want income from our investments that we're holding. Matterport, we're watching Matterport, always watching Matterport. Looking at it right now, 22.32 up 4 cents. We were over 22.70 this morning. At one point, that was 40 cents higher. It's not holding that now. 24,000 volume. With the Dow and the markets backing off this morning, all stocks are backing off right now because they're all wondering, is this a serious sell-off or is this just a little blip? And will we continue our run higher? The Dow off 14, nothing serious. Not even it's 4/100ths of a percentage point lower at this moment. It's a 14-point drop. Down 2 on S&P and down 9 points on Nasdaq. So the pullback is very slight. Quiet week. Numbers were not unexpected on the import-export side. This isn't a shock. This isn't like, oh God, we didn't know we were importing way more than we were exporting. Oh yeah, we know. We can count the ships offshore. Up and down the West Coast, they're all sitting there, gazillions of them. Yeah, there's no surprise about import-export numbers. No surprise at all. Oil is off 26 cents today, sitting at 75.72. That's not a serious drop either. What's holding up oil right now is nice cold temperatures in the prairie states and in Western Canada. But what is not being talked about very heavily is the fact that temperatures in Alaska hit 67 degrees yesterday or day before yesterday in one community in Alaska. There's a warm front over there. This cold front isn't like all of North America or all of the world. It is one of these cold fronts that has sort of a blob that is sort of moving across the continent. It's an isolated cold front, and it's not continent wide. It's kind of shocking to see 67 degrees in Alaska yesterday, somewhere in Alaska. Yesterday, are you kidding me? December 28th. Oh man, that's incredible. One of the shortest days of the year, and you got that kind of temperature. That's bad news for the permafrost. That's bad news for the ecology. Don't know if you know this, but they're talking about how in Canada and in Russia, between these two huge geographic countries, the permafrost, the earth that is basically permanently frozen about 4 feet below the surface, 5 feet below the surface and lower. It is a huge frozen layer of earth below the topsoil. The topsoil freezes in the winter, melts in the summer, freezes in the winter. And so a lot of homes and buildings built up north in this material, permafrost, you build these homes by driving wooden poles or steel foundations deep into the ground, and you use the permafrost as an anchor so the house won't tip and move. The earth, the first 4 or 5 feet, can shift. That earth can move slowly, obviously. It melts, it freezes, it expands, it contracts. It can wreak havoc on a house sitting on it. So houses don't sit on it. Houses sit on sticks, on poles, 5 feet off the ground, and that's enough distance under the structure for the airflow to go through. And if the permafrost heaves and whatever, it doesn't affect the movement of the house. You see, an engineering thing they figured out like 100 years ago. Anyway, this permafrost, millions of years in the making, ice flows, ice ages, come and gone, everything else. A lot of that land up there used to be much further south at one time in its past than it is now. In other words, like the tectonic plates of the planet, they're always moving, albeit very slowly. And so underneath, in that ground, in that dirt up there, and we're talking a huge portion of the planet, in Canada's case, 25% of all of the world's carbon is held in the soil of the Canadian permafrost, Canada's far north. 25% of all the world's carbon is trapped inside the ground up there. And it is possibly going to be released over decades with warming. Because the warmer it gets, the shallower the permafrost gets, melts, more of it will melt, and more carbon will be released into the air, into the atmosphere. And so what we got here is a giant ice cube up there covered by dirt. And that ice cube is getting exposed to the air and to the warmer temperatures every year, more and more of it. And carbon just naturally seeps out. It's not a secret. Everybody knows it. Same thing in Russia. Same thing in northern Norway, Finland, way up there, the countries that are way up there, Greenland has got all kinds of carbon that'll be released. It is a problem, and they're trying to figure out. The scientists, are trying to figure out how can we stop this? How can we delay it? How can we can't we can't lay down refrigerator coils on 4,000 miles of land from east to west and 1,000 miles north to south. We can't do that. We can't artificially freeze this stuff and keep it frozen. What are we going to do? And so, there's now carbon capture plans being figured out. They're trying to figure out a way to, okay, though, the carbon will seep into the atmosphere. And if we put carbon capture stations along that literally suck up the air around here, we purify it and re-release it, the air the air will be released without the carbon in it. And then the carbon will be, we'll put that into mine shafts or something like that. We'll just store it way down for mankind, the good of mankind. Again, the problem is so gigantic that there is no technology today to theoretically. There's theoretical ways to deal with it, but practical to actually do it, we don't know. Problems. There's problems. Anyway, I digress. I move off on topics from time to time, but it's my rant, so I can do whatever I want. What else is going on? Alaska Airlines this morning announced that 20% of all flights that they're operating in and out of Seattle, which is their main hub, have been canceled for the foreseeable future, not just today. Going forward, this airline is now operating at less than 80% capacity and expects to be doing that for a while. Why? Can't get enough staff to run the planes on the ground and in the air. There's problems. Same with Delta, United, American, JetBlue. We've heard the story. But I read this morning and saw that. I was going to say something else. Oh, yeah. Okay, 2021, the year that we are now ending. There have been approximately, this year, 384 IPOs, initial public offerings. This is where a private company gets, grows to a certain size, and decides that they would like to attempt to raise additional capital, serious additional capital. The kind of capital might be equal to how big they are, like how valuable they are, or half of their value. So you might have like a $1 billion private company that wants to raise about $500 million, but it doesn't want to borrow the money. It wants to sell stock in the company to raise $500 million to expand, maybe acquire competition and become a $2-3 billion public company and grow. IPOs is how you do it. So what happens is these private companies get approached and or will approach Wall Street, and you have Wall Street bankers, private corporations wheeling and dealing, and over a couple of years, there are relationships made between investment bankers and private companies, and they share the vision of the company's future and what they're into and all that. And not uncommon where an investment firm will say, tell you what, we'll take you public. We'll help you go public. We'll help you raise $500 million without you giving up control of your company. We can work this with you. Here's what we'll start with. We're going to raise for you guys between $50 million and $100 million right now, while you're still a private concern, where you guys will issue stock from your treasury, and we will place stock in, say, $100 million worth. We'll place no more than $5 million with any one buyer. So we'll find 20 different buyers at least. Pension funds, mutual funds, ETFs, hedge funds. We'll spread out $5 million blocks of stock to these players. These guys will hold your stock for years. They're not flippers. They're here for years. Seed investing. So here's the first 50 million, 100 million bucks. Now, you have enough money in your bank account on top of what you're doing to take care of all the costs you're going to run into to go public now, because you're now going to have to hire securities lawyers. You're going to need an investor relations department. You're going to have filing fees. You're going to have listing fees, all this stuff. But you have the money to cover it with much more. Great. Okay, fabulous. Then they'll do a secondary round, maybe a year later, a half a year later, as they're preparing their books and getting the company, set up to go public. They are, of course, internally talking to their employees, and they're figuring out the founders of the company and whoever owns the private company, figuring out how to look after the employees with stock options and stock-based bonuses and all this stuff, figuring all that out. And they do a secondary round. They raise another $50-100 million in cash at a higher level per share. The first level might have been 10, $15. The second level was $25, $30. And they bring in another bunch of, again, 20 investors, no one with more than 5% of this block. Again, straightening it up. But by the time you're ready to go to the public, you've already sold 5 or 8% of your company. You've sold 5-8% off to investors, seed investors. Now you're offering about 7-8% to the public. By the time it's all said and done, when you are publicly traded, you're only going to have 15 to 20% of your stock out there. 80% of the company is still held by the people who own the company, who created the company, and the employees. But that last financing, that IPO, is done at the highest price per share. And this is the one that I talk to you guys about all the time. I say to you guys, oh yeah, DoorDash is going public, or Airbnb is going public, or Coinbase, or whatever they're called, is going public. And the price to the public is not set. There's only an indication of what the price is going to be, like Rivian, the indication. And sometimes the indications drop as we get closer to IPO day, and sometimes the prices rise because of the demand of the stock from the public. Well, the beauty of IPOs is that it's a license to print money for the bankers and for the public company. Because in the old days, when I was a stockbroker back in the 70s and the 80s, public companies would go public and they would sell 60% of all of the stock of the company to the investors, so that the owners of the company, now no way did they own a majority of all the stock. They had maybe 25% of the company. That's all they own now, because 75% of it went out to the street, through options and pre-financings and everything else. Now, no. Now it's like 15%, 12%, 17%, 20%. You're lucky if it's 20%. These insiders now control 75 to 80% of the company, and they've only issued out not even a fifth of the company for $500 million, $500 million or more. The public, of course, has to pay top dollar because there's a restricted number of shares available. That's the shtick here. The public is being sold about how great this private company is and what fabulous prospects they have and how kind of money they can make and how their customer base is growing and all this stuff. And so the price gets bid up on the stock because of the demand from all these brokerage firms, all these retail investors, the suckers, as we call them, the saps, which are the retail investors. That's you guys, are dying to buy stock. And you want 1,000 shares, but you're only going to get 50 of them, or 80 or 120 shares. In the case of Robinhood and other companies now, you want to buy stock in a public company, you have to agree to a 3-month restriction that you can't even resell the stock. And it's free trading stock and you can't sell it. All kinds of restrictions. So the stock gets bid up before it even gets done on an IPO. Then the IPO happens and the company goes public. We thought it was going to go public at $45 a share. It went public at $70 a share. That was the IPO price. All sold out, all done, money in the bank, and the public company thought they were going to raise $500 million. When it was all said and done, they're going to raise a total of $500 million. They ended up raising $750 million, and they only sold 18% of themselves to do it. They're happy. They are delighted. The brokers are delighted. Commissions and fees on percentage. It's a percentage of the value of the deal. They're happy. And now the brokers who have you as a client, they're happy because you own stock and you're now going to trade it. And they're happy because we have new paper to flip around. Everybody's happy. And the stock, because it was such highly demanded paper, it opens up at double the price. It starts trading at 120 to 140 a share. And we're watching CNBC with these IPO watch, we're listening to whoever's the talking head, and in the corner over here, maybe on the top corner here or on the bottom corner down here, is a little box that shows the pre-market indication of the stock, that IPO stock. Pre-market, it looks like it's going to open up 135, 136, 134, 137. That number is changing all the time due to increased demand and what have you. and the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ, they're holding the stock back and allow it to trade as soon as there's an equilibrium between buyer and seller. And that stock price is just flipping around like a meter. It's just going nuts up there. And that's the price that all of the rest of you can buy the stock at, which means all of you, because on my channel, maybe 0.1% of you are lucky enough to buy any stock at an IPO price. I know Rivian was picked up by a few of you because of the SoFi and because of Robinhood, but generally speaking, the amount of stock we're talking about is 0.0000001% of stock. Most investors are allowed to buy the stock when it starts trading on the open market, which is double the IPO price, which is double the IPO price that was expected to go at, which is 4 times the price that private placements were done at to the institutions in the first place. And so you're buying stock, or allowed to buy stock, between 130 and 160 bucks a share that was being flogged by the broker, the investment banker, at $10 a share to their favorite institutional clients a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And I read an article today about all this, and surprisingly, it's incredible. Out of the 384 IPOs that were created in 2021, do you know that as of right now, as of yesterday's close, 129 of the 384 are up, and 255 are either flat or down in price from their IPO price. Not talking about the first day trading price, not the double price that the investors got sucked in at, which Congress, by the way, doesn't need to investigate, because this is all legitimate business on Wall Street. There's nothing to investigate here. We do not need to investigate why investors are sucked in to pay double the IPO price of a stock when the IPO was supposed to be done at 30, got done at 70, and the stock's opening at 140. This is completely okay for people to pay $140 a share because the big investment banks are sponsoring the deal. So obviously it's legitimate. I mean, if they're sponsoring it, it has to be legitimate. There's nothing to investigate here. But that GameStop stock, these small investors, they bought this at 40 and it went to 150 a share. We got to investigate that because there's something wrong here on this whole thing. And anyway, out of the 384 stocks, 255 are down. 129 are ahead for 2021. What this does not include, by the way, not a single SPAC is mentioned in this article. Not the SPAC market was conveniently ignored by the reporters who covered this story. Now, I don't know why. Maybe they've got a second story they're working on. I hope they're doing it. They're investigating SPACs. Okay. Because as you know, most SPACs went public at about $10 each, that they sold their stock at $10 to the public, put the money in trust, found a private company to merge with, did the reverse takeover, did a pipe financing on top of the SPAC financing, and then the private company is now a public company with a whole bunch of money in it, and it can now move forward, right? Remembering, of course, you guys are buying SPAC stocks, or had been buying SPAC stocks, because I was recommending a bunch of these to you. And I've been telling you and been telling you and been telling you and been telling you, you are early. You're very, very early in the game. In other words, if these companies would have gone public through an IPO, you were buying in at $10 a share, 11, 9, whatever price you paid for these stocks, even 15, 18, didn't matter. You were paying the prices that institutional investors are being offered for IPO issues a year or two before they go public. And in effect, you're able to buy SPAC stock at whatever price they're trading at. Free trading right now, no restrictions, no nothing. It's already trading. You don't have to wait a minute to sell it. You can sell it right away if you want. And you can even write options on this stuff almost right away. I mean, very quickly. Whereas the institutional investors who bought into all these 384 IPOs in just 2021, they all bought stock a year or two ago to get their first positions, albeit they got a cheap price, but they had to wait like a year or two before the stock even listed. And they're still restricted. They have certain restrictions, and over time, it'll take 5 years in total by the time the first dollar is put in before they can really start taking money out. They have to wait that long. And some of these institutions are watching these stocks going, oh, geez, we paid $10, $15 for this stuff in 2019 and 20 or whatever, and we won't be released to sell it till 2022 or 2023. The stock's already down from the IPO price, not the price it started trading at, which was double in some cases, but the IPO price. It's already down from that. It's coming down to what we paid for it. We're going to be in this thing for 5 years, and we're probably going to break even on it. They're sitting back going, this is not what we were looking forward to. We were looking forward to a whole big fat payoff here. That's the reality of an IPO market, because it goes out at top retail. And of course, all the saps, again, that's you guys, all the saps that are invited in by Wall Street to buy up this stuff at 150 a share, 200 a share, buy it up, buy it up, buy it up. You guys are off 80%, 90%, 70%, 60%. That's not covered in this statistic that I'm reading to you here. Of the 384 IPOs, I will bet you that over 300 of these IPOs, where the public was allowed to now buy the stock on the first day of trading, I bet you over 300 of these are down from the initial trading range of the first day of trading. And that every single investor in all those IPOs, the SAPs that came in at the end, they're all down. They all lost money. Every single account holder lost money, and there's no investigation by Congress. There's no need to have any investigation here. This is completely normal business. It's completely acceptable. It meets the standards of the SEC. It meets the standards of the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq. Fair and orderly markets are had here, and no one has to investigate anything whatsoever, because it's all in the open. Yeah, it's in the open, all right. Oh, there's blood everywhere from investors who got hosed big time. But that GameStop, we gotta check those guys. So those guys, they're up to something. There's something going on there. Now, why are the IPOs off? Why are they down in value? I mean, these companies came out with all kinds of promise and fantastic potential. I mean, after all, institutional investors put money in way early. The brokerage firms spent money to promote these companies and get the hype going. I mean, they hyped them all up. And wouldn't you think that JP Morgan, with its name on some of these, would be, concerned that the stocks are down? Why are these stocks down? I mean, if you're backed by some of the biggest bankers on Wall Street, you got to be good. You had to have survived all kinds of due diligence investigations. Everyone has opinions. One opinion is, well, a number of these IPOs were China IPOs. They were Chinese companies, and they were bunk. The numbers were completely unsubstantiated. You can't do a forensic accounting of the cash flow of these public companies to find out where all the money goes when it comes in the front door, because the bribes going to communist officials are somehow buried deep inside 25 layers of corporate entities all over the world, and you can't get to the bottom of this stuff. You can't find out why is it that some of these Chinese officials who were born into abject poverty on rice field type farms back in the 50s and the 40s, why are these guys today multimillionaires by like 10 times over? Why are some of these guys almost billionaires that are running the country or the head of the military divisions of China? Why is it that the regulators of China are some of the wealthiest people in the world? Why is it that a whole bunch of judges do so well? They live in really nice homes. How do they afford it? It's incredible how they've gone from abject poverty to unbelievable wealth. And the other thing that's interesting is those kids of theirs, their children, they all grow up as adults, the children of the elite in China go to the best universities in the world. And then when they do travel to school in Zurich, they fly first class, business class. They do really well. And then, Chinese officials' children that go to university, say at the University of British Columbia, in Canada, their cars, like their classmates, or they're driving like 10-year-old Toyota Corollas with the floors rotting out, today's version of what used to be a Volkswagen Beetle. These kids are driving brand new Beamers. They're driving Teslas, paid cash for Tesla. They're driving Mercedes Benzes with AMG kits on them. I mean, they're driving $150,000 cars to go to school. How can they do that? It's incredible, isn't it? It's amazing. And yet we can't find out. American regulators in the United States just can't figure out how these public companies' finances work. It's very opaque, very, very difficult. Anyway, that's one of the reasons why maybe some of these stocks aren't trading as high as they used to, because they're a bit overpriced and impossible to verify financials. They're talking about higher interest rates. The excuse being used by Wall Street, because Wall Street has to have an answer. You see, Wall Street has got to have an answer to keep Congress away from looking any closer than they look now. We don't want any other regulators coming here to Wall Street to do an investigation as to why, out of 384 IPOs, where people who bought on day one of these IPOs, why is it that 90% of these people, if not maybe every one of them, are underwater on all these deals? Well, forget the IPO price, but the IPO price is bad enough. 2/3 are below IPO prices, let alone, how many are below the original first day trade prices. Don't want Congress coming in here. So one of the excuses being used is, well, there's higher interest rates coming. See, the Fed is going to raise interest rates, and that's going to compete with capital for business. And these are new businesses, and they're the high growth companies are going to be suspect. I don't buy this, by the way. I think that's bunk. I think a company that's a high growth company, interest rates. It doesn't matter what interest rates are. It doesn't matter what inflation is. You got a hot product, everyone wants it. You can charge whatever you want for it. You can get top dollar for it, and you can get paid upfront without collection problems. I don't see this as an issue, but Wall Street's using excuses. So, cut them a break. Maybe after it's all said and done, the reason that these stocks are not performing like, better than they are, maybe the reason why these shares are down from their IPO pricing, and certainly way off from their first day of trading, is because the deals were overpriced in the first place. Maybe these private companies weren't worth the price per share that Wall Street put on them. Maybe, just maybe, the investment bankers hyped up these issues, and they hired all kinds of schmucks out there, shills, to pump up stocks with all of their vlogs and blogs and rumor mills and Wall Street bet people who've been planted in there, and Reddit people have been planted to hype up the Coinbase, the Airbnb, all the IPOs. All of them were hyped for months leading up to their IPOs, with an unlimited bank account to do it. I mean, think about it. If you're a brokerage firm in Wall Street and you have negotiated a contract with a private company to take it public, and the company was $1 billion company before you got involved with these guys, then you helped them raise $200 million 2 years ago, year and a half ago, through institutional investors, and you got a 5% commission out of that. So you already got like $5-10 million in commissions just raising these guys seed money. Now you're going to help them raise another $300 million at 5% commission, or whatever it is, 3%. You're going to make another $20-25 million. And you get to charge the public company a fee, an admin fee. In other words, your legals and all that, you charge the public company that. And inside those fees, buried deep within, are fees for exposure, PR, public relations. And that's to hype the deal. That is to pipe it up. That is to take an analyst, to get an analyst, some hack that you have working for you, to go to see Joe Kernan over on CNBC, and to sit there on, remote satellite feed or whatever you're doing, right? Because the guy's literally in the office, your offices, talking about how great this deal is. Oh, there's this deal coming out. Oh, Joe, I'm an analyst in the in the crypto space, and this Coinbase is just the hottest thing ever. And you do some due diligence on who this schmuck is, that is talking this deal up, and you'll figure out quickly, oh yeah, the guy's hired by every brokerage firm in Wall Street to promote their financial deals. That's that guy. There's another one who's always hired up whenever there's a real estate IPO, whenever there's any kind of other IPO, high tech, internet space, e-commerce companies going public. There's certain specialists you bring on the air to talk about the deal. Well, these folks are paid to hype the deal, and they're talking about just this stock's going to be one hot stock. The demand for this thing is double, triple what the offering is. There's only 5% of the company available, and there's like half the companies wanted by the street. Oh, that's just hyped up. And yeah, maybe these deals were overpriced when they went public in the first place. The IPO should have been done at $15, $20, $25, but they were hyped up to $50, $60, $70. And then the pre-market was hyped up right after that to 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, and up it went. And the IPO people are deliriously happy because if you were able to buy through your broker 100 shares of a stock at $40 a share or $50 a share, $60 a share, and it opens at 120, and the broker calls you up and says, hey, Jerry, we're doing great here. We're double on this thing. And you say to the broker, well, why don't we just sell half of it and I'll take all the money off the table and I'll hold the other half for free. Oh, yeah, sure. No problem, Jerry. We'll take care of it. And the broker puts the order in because there's a commission to sell. And you get all your money off the table. You don't care. You know there's not going to be a congressional investigation about how easy it was for you because you found a sap to take the risk off your hands. There's no investigation going to happen here. And so here we go. Here we are in 2022, where the year is over and 384 IPOs have gone through the system, and 2/3 of them are under the IPO price. And I'm sure 90% are under first day trading, if not virtually all of them. And there are millions, maybe tens of millions of investors who've been hosed by Wall Street's top bankers to buy into these 384 IPOs. At the same time that that's going on, these same guys are telling their analysts, write up a report on all these SPACs that have been done that we have nothing to do with. We have no skin in the game. We didn't raise any money for these guys. We didn't put any of our clients into this thing, and just slam the legitimacy of SPACs. And let's get articles out there about how the SEC should do full-blown investigations on SPACs, and we should completely ruin the SPAC market. We should really crush these guys because they're interfering with our ability to make money. And so look at the SEC this year. New rules for SPACs back in the spring. And all those warrants that were issued all had to be written off as a liability, and on and on and on. I mean, the rule changes that kept coming and are still coming out on SPACs. There will be more in 2022. The SEC is just bringing out restriction after restriction after restriction on all new SPACs going forward. Just going to be a nightmare. You want some good news, though? I can give you some good news. I mean, I don't have all bad news, I'm not a Debbie Downer all the time, Here's some good news for you. Just so you know, take the 8 SPACs that you guys are following with me right now. The 8 SPACs that I recommended to you that are not SPACs anymore. They're now, full-blown public traded companies. Every one of these guys has money in the bank. Every one of these guys has more cash than they owe to any banker. They're cash positive companies, all right? In some cases, hundreds of millions sitting in their bank accounts, hundreds of millions of dollars in cash and no liabilities against it. Higher interest rates, not going to make a damn bit of difference to these guys. They don't owe any money to anybody. They're not going to go to the bankers and say, oh, please, we need to borrow $5 million to pay our rent next month. They're none of them in this position. None of them. They're all in the position where they're buyers, not sellers. They're actually out there looking for deals to acquire. And the other thing to remember is that they used to be SPACs. They're not SPACs anymore. So the SEC claws can't get at them anymore. They're too far down the road. So the SEC has cut the highway off behind them. The highway behind them has been closed off, highly restricted from 5 lanes to 1 lane. Every car is being looked at by the cops. These guys are down the road. They're already down the highway on cruise control. They're way down here. What they don't have is they don't have a situation where they did trade at 180 bucks a share, 250 bucks a share, and are now trading at 40 and 30. They aren't in a situation where they might need to raise more money in the next year because they blew their money out already in the first year of being public. These SPACs, these former SPACs, are cash rich, debt poor, and are prudently growing their business. Going to be around a long time. Now, is every single SPAC that I've talked to you about in the green? No, it's not. It's true. It's not. Two of them are in the threes, and I don't like it, but I think they're going to go higher. And one of them is in the 6-7 range, 23andMe, and I don't think it would take much for that thing to take off. But I have a feeling that our guys are in pretty solid shape. And I also believe that our guys can go back to their Wall Street backers, because they all do have Wall Street backers. That's the quirky thing about the SPACs that we're sitting on right now, is all 8 of our guys have Wall Street support. And if any of the 8 former SPACs that we follow want to make a deal that's going to require $1 billion in cash to close, they can just pick up the phone and they can find $1 billion like that at 2% interest, 1.5. I will say to you, if Matterport wanted to buy another company for $1 billion, $2 billion, and it was a cash deal, they wouldn't buy it unless they knew they were bringing in 8 to 10 to 15% yield on the investment, that it would bring that kind of cash flow to them. And so they might have a deal out there that will run them $1 billion to buy, but they need another $500 million to fund it, to ramp that thing up. But at that point, the return on a $1.5 billion total investment will be 15% to the company. They'll have no trouble raising money at 2% for the $1.5 billion. And to pay that interest is a no-brainer. And that's without issuing any stock. I mean, I'm just talking about an all-cash deal. In other words, they're not diluting your stock. They're just taking on bond debt at cheap to take on an asset, vend it into the public company, and then enhance its cash flow over the next 2 years to really pay a handsome return. That can take the stock to $60 a share from 22. They have the ability to make a phone call and get that $1.5 billion, because Wall Street will go, what do you need the money for? Oh, you want to buy those guys? Oh, yeah, you know what? So-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so brokerage firms have been talking to those guys for 2 years about doing an IPO, but they've canceled their IPO. They don't want to do an IPO anymore because of what's happening to the IPO market. But you guys take them over and put them into your company? Oh, yeah, this is a good move, because you can then decide of the 500 employees they have, you can decide which ones to keep, which ones to dump. And the ones that you keep, you'll give them stock options as incentives. So give them 5-year contracts. They won't leave for 5 years. They'll have their jobs. So they don't want to go anywhere. They want to grow their business. You're going to help them grow their business because you're going to help fund their business. But the business growth and the funding and everything will be done inside the public company of, whether it's Matterport, 23andMe, whatever it is. Yeah, well, we got $1.5 billion for you. No problem at all. This is a clean, quick one, because this won't take us 2 years to put together, because to take them public in an IPO is a 2-year process. We can fund them with you as the public vehicle right now. We can do this in 30 days, and we can have that whole thing acquired. You can have the whole thing done in 90 days. Piece of gâteau, piece of cake. That's the good news about the SPACs that we're involved with. These guys are nimble, quick on their feet, able to make deals now without all the regulatory gunk that is being thrown up everywhere else. And I can imagine that if you're a private company and you want to go public right now, you're trying to convince an investment dealer to take you public. They're looking at you going, yeah, listen, we had a good year last year, and 2020, 19 and 18, those are good years too. A little tougher, the interest rates are going to go up this year, and we got a few issues here. We're down about 95% of our deals are off right now from the highs and all that. So it's going to have to be a stellar deal for us to take you public right now. You may want to wait a year or two before you do that, or the private company could talk to public companies that are already trading and find a way to merge into them, and that's where perhaps maybe some of our SPACs might be, our former SPACs might be the candidate, might be the perfect way to go. I don't know. I don't poo-poo it. So yes, I think that the 8 that we follow are in a much stronger position today than they were 6 months ago. Much stronger position, even wherever their shares are trading out there, in a much stronger position publicly as publicly traded companies than a private company is. Period. I mean, any private company out there, there's no guarantee they can go public right now. There's no guarantee whatsoever. And with the interest rate thing hanging over the heads and the inflation talk hanging over the heads, going to be tougher to do an IPO right now, especially with existing IPOs doing so badly. It could be an interesting spring for us on this. I thought I'd mention this to you, bring this to your attention, just to remind you of the big picture out there. What what the whole world is talking about. By the way, we're opening right now. Larry. Has Larry hit the bells yet? I think he's about to. He's about to do. He's saying the casino's open. There they are. There they are. The bells are there. I knew Larry would do it. I thank you, Larry, very much as always. Appreciate this. I have a feeling too that today's the last day for tax selling. I think this is it because any trades you do today on stock will settle Friday. That's the 31st. Any trades that start tomorrow settling Jan 1, 2, or 3 into the new year. So that changes everything. So if there's any last minute tax loss selling coming through, today is the day we might or might not see it. We might see a bunch of adjusting going on for year-end funds, and definitely Thursday and Friday, we will definitely see a lot of adjustments going on with ETF, hedge funds, mutual funds, pension funds, all making adjustments on their portfolios to lock in 2021 numbers and establish a base for 2022. All right. So I remind you, do not be surprised if you see some volatility here and there that makes you go, what the hell's going on with that? Now you know. Okay. You've been warned. The casino is open. Thank you, Larry. Yay, Larry, this bagel babe. Thank you all for joining me this morning. All of you who are here. It's great to have you. And let's see if any of you can make money today. Is it possible we can do any dough here? I'm showing Rocket Lab right now in 2 minutes of trading. I've got it at 1170 down 3. I'm showing SoFi at 1460 right now, down a quarter. 665,000 volume at the moment. Reading really good articles about SoFi though, like really good articles, but we're still in tax loss selling, so that could be happening this first few minutes. There could be just blocks of stock being blown off for tax reasons, and then the rest of the day it just goes higher. I'm not saying it will happen, but don't be surprised if it did happen. Gamestop is up 254 to 149 a share. Matterport down 46 cents, another tax loss scenario there from anyone who bought at 37. They're losing money, they're selling. ME 669, 670 now, down 9 cents. Spire at 382, up 6 cents. ATIP at 308, up a penny. Smart Rent at 950 is down 1 nickel. Spire, or Sextera, Sextera, CYXT 1244, down 3 cents. AMC this morning is up 30 cents. Robinhood down 12. Vanik Vectors up $1.22 to 314. Home Depot up 84 cents to 407. IBM is off 14 cents after a pretty good run here, 132.49. The Dow, I guess, is up about 25 points so far as we watch this opening. Remember, the Dow Industrial Index is about 230 points away from an all-time high again. So we get a 250-point gain today. We got record territory for the Dow. That is important technically, psychologically. We have to watch that. And we're not at the end of the year yet. This is the 29th. We still have 2 more days. We'll watch for this. We're up 36 now on the Dow, 38 points at 36,434. Microsoft is higher, up $1.10 at 342.35. Apple is up 88 cents to 180.17. Has not yet hit 180, 186 or something like that. Needs to get to that 181, 182 level to get $1 trillion valuation. So it hasn't happened yet. We'll see. It will happen, though. I'm sure it'll happen. It may not last long, but it will happen. Might go back down 10, 15 bucks the minute it does it. I don't know. Not guaranteeing it, but I've seen this happen a million times before at various levels through millions of stocks, or at least it feels like millions of stocks. Feels like millions of times. Tesla down 20 cents. I was talking about this earlier, how Nick, our buddy Nick here, he wrote a call the other day on Tesla, and it promptly dropped like 30, 40 bucks a share, and he bought it back and made a nice score. I know he'd love to do it again if he could, but the stock isn't giving it to him. The market this morning was over 1,100. It was like 1,120 this morning. Right now, 1,087 during market hours. It's not happening for him at the moment. Bed Bath Beyond down 24. BlackBerry up 8 cents. Royal Caribbean down 91 cents to 77.34. If the cruise lines get shut down again, and it is a distinct possibility this could happen, what'll happen to these stocks? Could Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and Carnival really take a hit, 10, 20, 30% hit? Yes, they could. Will they shut it down? I don't know. Too much in the way of politics and lobbying going on to know for sure. It's an unbelievable game being played over there. People's lives at stake, and it doesn't matter. It's all about the money. Goldman Sachs up $1.57 to 389.18, just under the 390 mark, looking great. Cisco up 23 more cents to 63.76. Our buddy Beach Boy sold his calls at 7.45. That was a 62.45 price. Now it's 63.74. But you take a profit, you cash checks, you move on. But that's what's happening on Cisco. For those of you who are doing poor man covered call writing on Cisco, there are a number of you, I know you have told me that you have purchased $50, $55 in the money contracts on Cisco for the express purpose of turning around and writing covered calls against them, using those calls to write poor man calls. If you have not yet written those calls, you're getting closer every day to doing so. You might be looking at 65s, 66s, 67s, 68s for the next week or two or three to take in some nice premiums here. Keep an eye on that. All right. Norwegian down 41, Carnival down 45, Amazon down $4, Facebook up $1.30, Google is up $5. It was down all day yesterday. Got JP Morgan up 64 cents. Costco's up $2.30 a share. Walmart's down 32 cents. Nvidia's down $1.40. Not a lot going on. It's kind of quiet other than that. We're up 55 on the Dow. The watch is on. The all-time record high value of the Dow. That's the watch that's going on right now. S&P is up 6.8. That it would be close to record high. And NASDAQ up 8. Little below, but not by far, to hit new all-time record highs. Rocket Lab at the moment still down 24 cents. SoFi down 34. GameStop up 192. Matterport down 76 at 21.52. ME down 9. Spire down 7. ATI down 3. ATIP. And SmartRent down a penny. Sextera just turned positive at 12.50, up 2 pennies right now. And that puts it 29 cents behind its all-time high, which was set, I think, yesterday, $12.79 on Sextera. AMC just went positive. So did Robinhood. Vanek is green. Home Depot green. IBM went green just now, up 12 cents. Dow up 44. Microsoft, Apple holding their gains around 60 to 69 cents each. Tesla's up $4 at the moment. So we have green showing up on the larger stocks. We're watching all of the others. We have the Dow up 42, S&P up 7.7, NASDAQ up 11.2 points. If the Dow gets a gain today, it would be 6 days in a row. Is the Dow a little too high, too fast? Maybe. Maybe it's a little too far. But you know what we haven't had the last day or two? We haven't had 500-point gains. We had that 60, 70 points yesterday. That was about it. The day before was 200 something, right, or 300 something. But we have not had like a solid 1% gains every single day for 6 straight days. We've had some interesting moves, but we'll see how this plays out. No surprise to me if it doesn't have a 6th straight day of gains. Wouldn't surprise me. Pardon me one moment. Little sneeze there. There's no extra charge for that. It's a free service, whether you're a member, a subscriber, or just a casual observer. That is free to enjoy, and thank you for being here. We're down 34 cents on oil, 75.64. Right? A little chill. I get a little chill at the moment. Do you know in the desert, we're in the 40s last night? Down to the 40s around here. I mean, that's just against city ordinances, I'm sure. First of all, cheers to all of you for the holidays. Cheers to all of you for New Year's. If you haven't already started New Year libations, cheers to all of you. The caffeine-free cola libation is happening here. And I welcome all of you to the channel today. 473 wonderful people are watching me live right now around the world. I love that. In honor of all of you being here, I'm going to try to get the markets to move by putting up some of these neat emojis. Neat. And we'll see if that helps the market in any way. We have 211 thumbs ups, and thank you for that. If any of you can pop that thumbs up button for us, give us some more momentum this morning. I would love it. 220 already. There they are. Here they come. The thumbs ups now coming through. 222. Thank you, everybody. Here come the neat emojis from everybody else. Evan just popped some up there. Larry just popped up some neat emojis. I invite all of you to join in. There's John Jepson throwing some neat knees around. Here's Alberto Berardi Alvarez, my nephew. Thank you, pal. DQ, of course, is going to throw the neat emojis. And Mallow Shark, Mallow Shark, given an opportunity. Sell my house fast in Upper Marlboro. Oh, yeah. Here come the knees. Nazareth with the neat. These markets are going to soar. I mean, there's no way. Frumbler, fun. Beach Boy. There's no way the markets can go down now. There's no way. Just no way. We're up 94 on the Dow, going for a record high. Flint Creek Soap Company, the great folks over there. Fantastic. Bajou, I can't even read that. What is that? It's Bajou. Oh, fantastic. Manuel, thank you. Samuel. Bobby Atkinson, here come the neat emojis. Deep value investing. You gotta love that. Joanne, wildebeest and Crocs. Oh, there's all kinds of stories about those that floating around, isn't there? Deep value investing. We got here we go. We are the hordes of investors throwing those neat emojis around and having some fun, folks. We just can't take ourselves too seriously sometimes. We gotta just lighten up and enjoy. Thank you all so much for participating in the neat emoji game as we try to spur these markets on to greatness, because that's what they should be doing here. We're up 95 on the Dow, 13 on S&P. We're up 24 on NASDAQ. We're down 33 cents on oil right there, right now, live on these markets. We're having fun. Thank you all so much for popping in here. Bobby Atkinson, my 86 cent right yesterday. I wrote options at 86 cents yesterday. I bought them at 31 this morning. $50. Thank you for the $50. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Nothing. What's wrong with making $50 on an $86 investment? Nothing. That's good. That's good percentage. Nice return. Splair, thanks, buddy, for the neat emojis for kicking in there. Going the wrong way. My coins move up. That's the way the market is sometimes. Welcome one, welcome all to the show, to the craziness. Nice to have you here. And let's hope that all of you will do well today, tomorrow, next year. Just keep making money. Absolutely making some do-re-mi money. I love it. Thank you all so much. Let's fly is right. The Dow right now, 67 points. S&P up 8.5. NASDAQ up 7.8. And we got stocks to watch. Rocket Lab 1140, low of 1135. I think this is tax related. I believe this is the last day, and in this first hour, we're going to see folks blowing out stock to lock in losses. I suspect that's it, but it might be over at any time. It could end in any minute. We may see a turnaround of epic proportions as people go, that's it. Those are the deals. I'm jumping in now, and that'll overwhelm the stock sellers. And all of a sudden, they see the stocks moving up, and they don't want to sell anymore because, hey, I'm not going to tax loss sell this if it's going to go up a buck or two a share today. I'm not going to get up. That's the mentality here of tax loss sellers. They're reluctant sellers. They don't want to sell it. They just are using a loss for a loss. SoFi 1440. We're being as low as 1438 on 2.66 million right now. We're on the low at the moment. GameStop up 74 cents to 147.20. Matterport down 88 at 21.40. Got down to 21.31. 645,000 shares. ME at $6.66. Got down to 663. We're at 314,000 volume on ME. Spire 367.5. That is the low of the day right here, right now on 29,000 shares. There is no sell wave coming through here. It is dried out. You give this a half an hour, we could be up 12 cents on this thing. ATIP down up 2 right now, up 2 at 309 after bottoming out at 303.5, and now it's popped up again. 230,000 volume on ATIP. That's interesting. That's volume coming in there as opposed to Spire not. Interesting. Spire, by the way, it's now 364 a share, still at the low of the day right now, down 18. A Smart Rent down 13 cents to 942. This is the low of the day on 48,000 shares. Sextera 1256 up 8. High of the day of 1257. So 8,300 volume. There's nothing for sale here. This is going to go higher. Interesting. AMC now is down again. It was up. Now it's down. Robinhood is negative. It was up. It's negative. Down 34. AMC down 52 cents. Vanik up 76. HD. Home Depot up 332. IBM up 39 to 133.02. Why IBM? Why? It reaches 135, 137. That's where we were when they spun off Kyndryl. It's almost back to pre-spin-off. So if you still own Kyndryl and the IBM that you had, you're getting a lot closer to break even here from what I can see on this whole deal. The Dow now up 92 again. Is that right? Up 93 now, going for a record. 36,491, and the all-time high, 36,565. So we're now at the 478. So we are less than 100 points away from an all-time high on the Dow right now, going higher, up 93 right now. It's going for a record this morning. And that could be a most interesting run here. It could be a most interesting run. We'll watch for that. I did it again, says Nick. I wrote one Tesla, Jan 7, 2022 for $11.25. For $32.75. So I took in $3,275. $3,200 on a contract that dies January the 7th on Tesla. $11.25. Okay, we're going to watch that. We're $11.83 right now on the stock, down 460. So it's going the right direction for Nick, although he didn't wait for a pop to do it. He's just doing it right here. He's doing it. Let's see. Can we get some institutions that think enough's enough and buy up our stocks, please? Let's go. Let's go. John Jepson, I've been gone for a good week. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. That thing behind you is still crooked. What thing? I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, there we are. We're up 90 on the Dow. We're up 149 on Microsoft, 63 cents on Apple. Tesla down $3.99 to $1,084. Bed Bath & Beyond down 14. BlackBerry down 10. Royal Caribbean down $1. Goldman down $1.10 right now. That's where we're at. Watching these first few minutes go through here, 18 minutes into the day, to see whatever tax loss selling we have petering out, and then will the Dow reach a new all-time high? 36,467, up 69 points, about 100 points away from an all-time record on the Dow. That's it. That's what we're watching for. Keeping an eye on that. Watching Nick's trades. Nick doing the Tesla thing again, daring Tesla to move against him, writing a January 7 contract on Tesla to say, hey, I think you're going to go down and I'm going to make money on you, maybe even today. Could happen. Never put it past him. See if I can find anything here on these. I'm not sure if I can. I'm trying to desperately get my iPad to work properly, and it doesn't want to work with me here. It's twitchy today. It's like Henry, really twitchy. Really Henry, really twitchy. Anyway, I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. We almost have 300 likes, says KY Jelly. That's fantastic. John, I just logged in. I'm so tired of this red. Midnight. I just picked up 10 more shares of Matterport. Also put in a 90-day stink bid at 1950. Hope it goes lower, but we'll see. I've been told this will be a dead week, but who knows? And LL says, let's go. Yeah, good morning to all. John Bickman says, good morning to everybody. I agree. Tesla up 52 cents right now. Oh, down 42 cents right now. It's jumping around. We'll see how that works out for Nick. Hopefully, he'll make some money on this trade. That would be fine by me. We have gains from Nike and Home Depot that are contributing to the 100 point, or was contributing to an almost 100-point gain on the Dow. And let's see, we're up 4.7 now on S&P. We're up 66 on the Dow. We're down 22 on NASDAQ right now. So we are getting some conflicting movements here in the market. And let's see, SoFi down 41 cents, 2%. Cisco breaking 64. Whoop, whoop. There you go. Going higher on Cisco. We're at Rocket Lab now down 48 to 1125. This is right at the low of the day of 1121, right down here. SoFi down 40 at 1445, but the low is 1434, so we bounced off a little bit there. GameStop 148.29 right now is where we're sitting on GameStop. Hang on a second. There we go. We've got Matterport at 21.11 down 117. This is the low of 20.96 right now in Matterport. ME down 16 cents. Call it 17 now. It's 6.62. The low is 6.57. Spire down a dime. Low was 364, now 365. Still at its low. Where ATIP has bounced off, it's now up 7 cents to 314 after bottoming out at 303 and a half. ATIP up 7 cents on 312,000. We got some volume coming in here on ATIP, and it's up 7 cents at the high of the day right now, 314. Smart Rent down 22 to 933, and Cyxtera up 3 cents to 12.51. That's what we got going on right at this moment in time. Watching these markets, see how they want to do. It's supposed to be a slow week this week, they say. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I just picked up another 1,000 SoFi. I'm hoping to buy the S model Tesla, 1,050 horsepower, says Alberto. You and me both. I'd love to pick up the long range Model S. That's one I'd really like to have. But that's a little out of my league here. So I need you guys to make a lot of money, a ton of money, and then have you be generous to me. So I'm in it for you guys to win it. We're up 105 on the Dow now, 102, 105. Up 10.8 on the S&P, and we're in positive on NASDAQ now, plus 9. Just turned this market around on a dime. Again, get ready for volatility between now and Friday. Tax loss selling waves will come through, then bargain hunting waves will come in, and readjustment transactions will be done by all the institutional traders all the way to Friday's close. This is to be now the new normal. The Dow at 36,507. The Dow is trying to hit a new all-time high. The high of all time, 36,565. We're at 502 on the index, 36,502. The high is 36,565. We're 63 points away from a new all-time high on the Dow. That will make headlines everywhere. That could add more momentum to the fire. We'll see. There's a lot of speculation out there that if this market does break a new high, that could be a signal for bargain hunters to come on in here and pick off deals. I'm not saying it's the right answer. I'm just saying it's a possibility. That's all I mean by that. We'll see how this wants to play itself out. Lots going on. It's 36,502, 63 points away from a new all-time high. Gotcha, Tio. Right on, Alberto. Mirko, hey, Uncle Bruce, last week I wrote a covered call. Goldman Sachs 385 strike expiring this Friday. For 526. Now, right now, it's 350 to 415, and I have a stink bid at 254. Would you do anything different? Maybe raise the stink bid. Well, Goldman Sachs is off 33 cents to 387.28. So it's off just a tad. It got down to 385.97. The thing for you right now is you're going to need this stock to drop about $1 from here for you to be taken out. What you have to keep in mind, though, is there may be a run after or at any old time, so you're just keeping an eye on it. You're fine. I like the where the stock what the contract is right now, that's reflective of the fact that it's not it's barely in the money. You got a 385, you were 247 in the money. Now it's just dropped here down 57 cents. So 387.04. So you're 204 in the money. You're trying to buy at 254. I see what you're doing. I like your strategy and I like your stink bid. I like that price. Just ahead of that nice round number of 250. Nicely done. You don't need a lot. There, just dropped again, 386.91. It's definitely coming your direction. The key here is, will it drop enough? The low was 385.97. We're at 386.91. So we're less than now at 386.82. So we're less than $1 away from the low of the day. Can it hit a new low? And if it does, you're going to get taken in. You're going to grab it, and you can lock this up. Because what you're looking for your next trade going forward is you're looking for the stock to have a bounce up, and you might want to be writing 390s or 395s for next Friday, or maybe even this Friday you want to write further. But at the moment, you're looking to score this deal. 387.04, you're 204 in the money. You're offering 50-cent premium on the contract with it dying this Friday. I love this trade. I really love this trade. I love the way you're doing it. You're doing it absolutely correctly. You're daring the market to come and take you out. Come and get me. Come on, get me. I got 526 for this contract. I'm good to 390.26. You're sitting at 387 and you're down 60 cents. So, hey, let's see what happens. In the market, the Dow is up 95.95. It might hit a new high, but it then may drop 100 points right away. The Dow might get the print for a new all-time high, but then give up 100 quick points. That could push Goldman down $3 a share from here, just like that. Again, all technical, related trading. We just have to see how this all plays out. I don't see the Dow going to the high and then going up 400 points right away. I see the Dow tentatively getting to the all-time high and then having a pullback and tentatively trying to get there and a pullback. And that could offer some trading opportunities here. So you might get out of this contract with a nice gain, and then you might rewrite either this contract or a 386, 387, a 388, a 389 for Friday. Again, if the Dow pops up to that and then you write it and then it drops off $2, $3, you buy the call back and it does it again, and you get it again. But you want to be writing at a higher premium on the next go. 386.64 now on Goldman Sachs, down 97 cents. And it's like 67 cents away from the low of the day as it's backing off at this moment. The Dow is only up 92. NASDAQ just went red again, down 3.4. So this Goldman Sachs trade is working out for Mirko perfectly. It's absolutely working perfect. For those of you who are thinking of writing options, wondering about writing options, here's a case study live as we're watching it. He's written a 385 that dies on Friday, received 526 already, and it's now sitting around this 350 mark. So beautiful trade, could work out really well. Let's see on my end here. What was that? 385. So I'm trying to watch 15 things at the same time here. I'm showing a 4:30 to 5:30 bid ask, but my machine I know is 15 minutes behind, so I don't think I'm accurate. I think this is much more accurate. All right, let's keep an eye on it. Let's see what happens. I'm closing that MTR call for a profit and waiting for the next stinky swing. Beautiful false, beautifully done. Good afternoon, fellow simpletons. I hope everyone is having a good day so far. I'm number 266 checking in. Thank you for these thumbs ups. We're 274 thumbs ups. They keep coming in. I appreciate this, everybody, so much. I just don't have time to thank you between trades. There's so much going on, so quickly going on here. Kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of fun. I like it. Thank you all for joining in here. The Dow is only up 80. We're at 386.50 on the Goldman. We're down 111 on the stock right now, watching Mirko's trades to see how this is going to play itself out. 386.43 dropping again. Where am I here? Here we go. Comments. I just funded my backdoor Roth with more GameStop at 146. What better way to start 2022? Looking at the stocks I own, it's just depressing. Not sure what I've missed. Why do they keep dropping? Yeah, those dead cats ready for tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see here. Folks are not happy with the way the market's going the last month or so. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I sold a Rocket Lab put for April. Strike 1750 for $5. I'm down 30%. Think I should roll to July or hold off and see if it recovers. April, just sit tight. Don't move. Don't blink. Don't do anything. Is there no way to have a live ticker without owning stocks? Again, I don't do the live ticker thing. I'm just doing it the old low tech way, the way I do it. Down $1.24 on the Goldman Sachs stock right now, 386.38. Just 40 cents away from the low of the day for our friend Mirko. And Cheryl, yeah, thank you. You betcha, Cheryl. If anyone can give me a live quote on Mirko's contract, I'd be curious. He has the 385 call option for Goldman Sachs that dies this Friday. Be curious to know what the bid ask is on that thing, and we'll see what's going on. Uncle Bruce, my hand slipped as well. I entered a limit offer for 11 GameStop this Friday. 149s for 385. We'll see if it catches. We'll see what happens. GameStop right now is sitting at 147.27, up 81 cents. So moves up enough you might get out for this Friday at 385. See what happens. Jay, Bruce, I adjusted the tint on my screen just like the old television back in the day. Problem solved. Everything is green again. Yay! Well, that's pretty smart there, Jay. That's really smart. Well, let's see how that works out for you. ATIP up a nickel at 312. We're down a dime on Spire at 366. We've come back from the 364 low. ME down a quarter at 654. That's 2 cents off the low. We got Matterport at 2104. We were down to 2096, so we're a tiny bit better. SoFi 1438. We were down to 1434. Rocket Lab we're at 1118. We were down to 1112. So we're still at lows more or less on a lot of these different stocks. Goldman 386.55. Watching right now. Here we go. Mirko, I'm 345, 390. Karim is saying I'm 420, 470. Dr. G 355 to 4. JW 355 to 4. Yeah, I think the 355s, 345s to 4. Those are the accurate quotes. The Karim's quote is like mine, 15 minutes delayed, and we're showing old quotes. Yeah, I think $1 from here and you're done. You're locked in. It wouldn't take much for this to happen, but it has to have the dip. 90 points gained on the Dow right now. We're not running to the new high. We're closing in on it, but we're not racing at light speed to get there. And so that could mean a few, ticks lower. Goldman Sachs for this Friday, 385 strike. Last trade, 377. Right on, John. Thanks, John, for this. 350 to 4 says Karim. Thanks, Karim. John, 375. Watching these trades of these contracts. These contracts will keep shrinking out because time is running out, and it's only worth $1.97 in book value terms. And Mirko is being an angel, offering 254. bidding 254. Stink bidder. I like it. I like that bid right there, Mirko. I think you're good. 3.5 to 4. Says Nick. 3.5 to 4. Thank you, Nick, so much for this. I appreciate these guys. You guys giving me live quotes. I appreciate it. 386.97 on the Goldman. A drop down to 385.50. That puts the contract barely in the money. That's a premium trade. So we'll see what happens here. Very, very exciting stuff. I love stuff like this. I just love watching these go through like this. Love watching people trying to make money on these contracts. Time is your friend. Every hour just adds to the misery of the contract holder. To the misery. These guys trading at 375. They're getting hammered here. These guys are losing money. I can't see them being, unless they bought, obviously, with the stock when it was down to 368, 370. They bought there. Well, sure, they're up. But now they're not up very much, and this thing is deteriorating in front of their eyes. See how this wants to play itself out. 386.81 right now. GameStop down 246, just took a dump, down 272. Another little drip here at 143.74. Still under pressure. ATIP holding a 4-cent gain. It's the only one that's up. Sextera is now down 3 cents, so we're negative there. Vanik is up $1.30. Home Depot up 3.60. IBM up 93 cents. The Dow up 94.99. S&P up 6, but Nasdaq down 19. Tesla is down $11. So Nick, you're looking better all the time here. Watching that one, down 15 on Tesla. Just another drop going. Nick, you may want to be putting in a stink bid on that thing. But again, you call the shot. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. JWG, SoFi, I keep putting in limit orders. And they're filling 1460, 1450, 1440, and now 1430, scooping up cheap paper, stealing paper from innocents, trading at 1432, down 53 cents on SoFi. Anyone selling here, if they're not selling for tax reasons, they're morons. They're just idiots. But hey, there could be some really heavily margined people out there that are just getting called out, and they have to sell. It might be exactly that. What can I say? What is a stink bid? Nick Tapp wants to know. Nick, where have you been? Nick, we've been talking about stink bids for months around here. Oh my, Nick, my man. Here it is. Here's what a stink bid is. Right now, Mirko is trying to buy back a call option that he wrote, and he'd like to buy it for a real cheap price. The call option has been trading around 350, 375. He wants to scoop this thing below that price. So he's put in a bid for the day to buy the contract at 254. It doesn't even show on the computer. I mean, the market is 350 to $4. But he's put in a buy order at 254. Not at 250, 254. Because if he puts in a bid at 250, there could be others already there at that nice round number trying to buy contracts back at 250. He would like to buy his calls back. He'll prepare to pay 254 to the end of the day, because his thinking is, if this Goldman Sachs stock does what it's doing right now and has a sudden dip, goes right now it's 386.10, it goes down to 384 and back to 386 in like 2 minutes. That can absolutely happen on any stock at any time. He might find that he gets hit with a sell order and he buys back his call at 254. And by the time he's notified that he bought the contract at 254, it's trading at 280 again. Because if you watch a stock take a dip like it's doing now, and it dips fast enough, you might not be able to get the buy order in quick enough to catch the low trade, and it'll trade down there and trade back up again, and you never got out. So he's wanting to buy back at 254. He's got the stink bid in there, and if it comes to him, it comes to him. He doesn't have to worry about it now. He's put in the cheap buy order. You can do that on any stock. You can do that on any contract, and you can put in a limit order for the day, for the week, whatever you want. Right now, 386.03, that contract is worth $1.08 in book value. That's it, 306.08. 608, 386.08. It's worth $1.08 book value. He's offering to pay. He's willing to pay $254. Nice guy. So we'll see what happens. That's what a stink bid is. Now, stink offer is the same thing on the other side. You're trying to write a call option. It's trading at 350 to 4, and you want to sell it at a higher price. You want to get the top dollar. You're hoping there might be a little spike in the stock up. You put a stink offer in at 495, 498. 497, just under that $5 nice round number. You put in a stink offer just in case the stock spikes up. You get taken out. You've written, all of a sudden you're looking at the quote and you're already up 50 cents because the stock is backed off and the contract's at 440 and you got out at 498. You're a happy guy. Stink bids, stink offers, easy way to make extra money in the market. Just be patient and put in your order. 386 on Goldman. The low of the day, 385.97, is 385.75 is at the low of the day right now, 385.75 on Goldman, and that means this contract is coming his way. Mirko, it might get them back. He might get that contract back at any moment. Sell me the SoFi. The stink bid is a concept really weird to me since I can watch the market the entire day. I can't believe it's not margin. If a stock is trading at 15 and I put in a stink for 1450 and I'm watching the stock crash, the 1450 is no longer stinking. I need to reissue a no bid. Seems to only work if you can't watch. Roger is here as a new member. How you doing, Roger? Welcome, pal. JW's welcoming you in here. John says Goldman Sachs last trade 360, bid ask 325 to 380. Roger, welcome. Everyone's saying hi. Got it. Nick says, I got it. Thanks, Uncle B. I got it. I just read Elon selling another billion already sold. Welcome, Raj. Welcome. Coyote, excuse me language, but the current GameStop price is just silly. 143.80 down 266. Goldman Sachs 385.67. This is the low of the day territory here. Did Nick get that contract back? How are we doing? Uncle Bruce, I just bought my Goldman Sachs 395 callback expiring this Friday. I got 530 a week ago, bought it back for 55 centinos. Nice. Way to go, man. This is awesome stuff. People are making money here on options, writing options, buying them back. Beautiful trades. I love seeing this so much. We're at 385.83 right now on Goldman Sachs. What is Mirko's contract trading at now? Anybody want to tell me that? Let me know if you see it. What is it trading at? His 385 contract that dies this Friday. Here we go. 310 bid, Bruce. 310 to 55. That bid is down to 310. It was at 350, 340, 325. Now 310. The stock's 385.93. Stock drops a little more, another 50 cents. He's out of there. And he could be out of there at any time. This thing is weak looking. It's not pathetic looking. It's just weak at the moment. And this could be good for his contract. Beautiful. Let's see what happens. GameStop, 143.99 down 247. We're watching that. Rocket Lab, 11.17. SoFi, 14.36. The Rocket Lab's off 56. SoFi down 50 cents. GameStop down 247. Matterport down 122 to 2106. ME down 20 to 660. Spire down 11. We got ATIP still up 3 cents to 310. The only green, Smart Rent down 21. Sixtera down 3 cents. Hey, Uncle Rocket Lab, could you not? Last trade, 345, says John. The last official trade, but it's 310 bid as last reported. 385.90 now on the stock for Goldman. 385.76 down again. Another couple of pennies. We're within 8 cents of the low of the day again. This wreaks havoc on contract prices. Call contracts will back off quickly if this keeps deteriorating like this. 385.81. We're watching it. Nazareth, I sold my covered calls for AMC and GameStop on Monday for next Friday. I'm up 35% already. Going to look at juicy in the next day or two. Beautiful, beautiful job, Nazareth. Way to go, buddy. 385.49. New low on Goldman Sachs right now. 385.49. New low right here for the day. And that could bring this contract down under 3 now. We are definitely backing up. This contract's only 50 to 70 cents in the money. It is backing up. How you doing there, Jen? What's going on?
I'm going forward. I've decided.
No
backing up.
She's not backing up. She's going forward. Forget that. I'm going to put it in the drive and hit the gas. Let's go. Let's go. Lovely. 315 to 55. Moving my way, says Mirko. 315 to 55. Mirko wrote a call option on the Goldman.
Yeah.
Expires on Friday. He wrote 385s for 550, something like that. And right now they're 305. 305, he says. They're 305.
He wrote them this morning.
I don't know if he wrote them this morning, but he wrote them.
Wrote it this morning.
Whenever he wrote it, but he's now up like over $2 a contract. Yeah. He's got a stink bid in there at 254, which I think is brilliant. The stock right now just hit a new low, 384.75. I think he's going to get hit here. He's going to get this contract. It's at the low of the day. It's out of the money now. The contract's out of the money.
Right.
He should get nailed here any minute now with the fill.
It's just time.
And he'll score almost a $3 gain on this trade in a short period of time.
Shabby.
And we did just see a message here from inside an Inderman. I bought back his Goldman Sachs 395 call that expires. He got 530 a week ago. He just bought it for 55 cents. You're making Jen so happy. Jen is thrilled.
That's outrageous.
Is that great? It's just easy money, man. Take the money. 384.78 right now on Goldman. It's not bouncing right back up. Here we are, 384.74, right near the low of the day. Watching to see if Mirko gets a fill at 254 on his contract.
It's like you learned how to speak another language, and you're fluent at it.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You're all of a sudden you're fluent at this language. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
It's fun to watch, and the clock is working in his favor, of course,
Always.
because
Because he's writing.
he's a writer, and this thing dies on Friday. It's now Wednesday. It dies on Friday. It's worth right now $385.30. It's worth 30 cents. That's the book value of this contract, 30 cents. He's offering $254 to the seller, to anyone who wants to give it to him. He's being a nice guy right now. Let's see how this goes. Fun stuff. Yeah, so that's what's going on
Take
there.
money and go out and plan your New Year's Eve dinner and drinks and
Or your stay-at-home dinner.
calls.
Your stay-at-home dinner. JW, I'm showing 256 to 320 on GameStop on that contract. He's bidding 254. This is a 256 bid right now.
So
Filled now. Mirko, filled. I got it. Go up $6-7 and I'll write a new one. Mirko got it. He got it back at 254.
That's awesome.
I love it. I love it.
I know.
The viewers are making money.
That he's out of the chair doing a victory dance around the chair.
That's right.
Making the kids think, Daddy's.
I'm sure he's doing what I'm sure he's doing what Beach Boy's doing. He's pounding the table. Go down, go down. It did. He got it. Beautiful stuff. Way to go, man. Way to go, Mirko. Yeah, look for a rebound. Everybody look for a rebound on your Goldman and write him again. And here we go again. Absolutely beautiful.
And why particularly Goldman? Why is it down?
Well, it's not down badly. It's down $2.
Yeah.
It's a $385 stock.
True.
But, you're doing these short-term trades on contracts. And, I mean, Mirko is pulling in a 60% return on a right. Where else can you make 60% of your money? This is a nice little return for and he's doing, I think, per man covered calls.
Not too
Sweet trades, you guys. Well done, everybody. I'm proud of you all. Very happy. Nicely done. Nicely done, everybody. Love it. Never a dull moment in the markets.
That's right.
Yeah, there you have it. So
especially with options.
Yeah.
You don't just get to sit there and go, oh, alas, alack, woe is me, the stock is down.
That's right.
You get to do the happy dance.
You get the happy dance when they're down. Taking money off the table. It's called cash. Grab it. They're handing it to you for free. I'd grab it. He did it in 4 days. He said, I did this in 4 nice trade. Nice,
there you go.
Nicely done. Yeah.
4 days, 4 months. Still a good trade.
Still a good trade. 4 days, 4 months, 4 hours, whatever it takes. I like it. 385.09 on the stocks, bounced up a little bit from the low of 384.90, 384.42.
Oh, well, because it knew he had to get out, so now it can get back.
Exactly. Somebody sold him a call option, and then they watched the market go up and going, oh no,
right?
It's going up on me. I shouldn't have sold it to him. Why did I sell it at 254? I'm an idiot.
I always think about that other side of my transactions.
There's always somebody else on the other side.
That
but the gambler is the one that's the loser.
When I sold, they bought.
That's right. The gambler's the loser, and there you have it. JW got my stink for SoFi at 14.20 filled, and it's at 14.20 right now, down 65 cents. Bargoons on SoFi, unbelievable bargoons. 6.7 million traded, and I think anyone who's selling here is probably selling for tax reasons. Today's the last day to do that because it settles Friday.
Today is Wednesday.
DQ says, well done, Mirko. I just bought back my 392.5 Goldman Sachs call for this Friday with a $165 profit, less than 24-hour flip.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you. That's what makes you money.
Hooray
for Uncle Bruce and the Simpletons. Great job making money, everybody. Yee-hoo, the Simpletons are making money. JW, nice work, says Alberto. You betcha. Writing poor man covered calls on Goldman, paying you all day long, again and again and again. Yeah. So, what am I going to have today? That's going to. What are you going to try to poison me on? What are you going to try to poison me on this time?
What can I slip in today?
What are you going to slip into my sandwich this time?
That was so sad.
I think I'm just going to go with the shmia.
Yeah,
because I think
but that comes in like a foil. Boy, when that hits your teeth, zing.
I'm going to take my chances that I'm going to get foil in my food.
Okay.
I'm thinking shmia today.
I'll see what I can.
Let's see what happens. Oh man, it's not easy. Mirko, neat. He's saying, Rodrigo, Uncle Bruce, why is the 29th the last day to sell for tax purposes and not tomorrow, the 30th? I'm not 100% sure, but I think settlement is Friday. And so tomorrow's trades settlement will be into January. I think that's all it is. It's a 2-day settlement, at least on stock anyway. Now the time is approaching when it's time to buy lesson number 7. Looking forward to learning more about options. Time to buy lesson number 7. A Beach Boy, well, Uncle Bruce, if GameStop drops enough, then yesterday's stink bid on the April 270s for 9 will come through. That's right, sir. That is correct. You'll be able to scoop those back for a nice cheap price. They're dropping and coming your way. That is true, sir. You're sitting there in a beautiful profit position on that one, and you take the gains any way they want to give it to you. You just say, okay, well, I'll tell you what. If you're not gonna let me write a contract, well, I'll buy these old ones back that I wrote way up here. How about that? 270s now. April, they're 1060 to 1460 last bid ask I see, and you're sitting down there in that 9 neighborhood. I like it. Frumbler bought 2 SoFi April $10 calls for $4.80 each. Seemed like a good deal. That is a good deal. April 480s. Yeah, you're doing fine. I think you're going to do just fine. Yeah, something easy to see though. Chew every bite, says False. Be careful, Bruce. Alberto Merco, way to go, buddy. Way to go. Rico, I wrote a GameStop covered call for a $1.40 premium at 9:32 a.m. I just bought it back for 50 cents. $90 in less than an hour of my time. Not much, but I'll gladly take it. I just did this yesterday too. You know what's wrong with taking $50 and $100 and $200 trades? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing whatsoever. Take the dough. Take the dough. Careful, Uncle Bruce. Jen might leave the knife in the bagel today. Be careful. Jelly, says JW. Credit Savage. Good morning, my fellow simpletons. Hope you guys are well. Looks like some of us are making money, which is great. I hesitate to sell a 150 covered call in GameStop expiring next week, and now I'm kicking myself. What? Yeah. It is what it is. 144 on GameStop right now, down 246 at the moment, 143.75. What can I say? We're looking at, a lot of red over here. That's what we're looking at. How's that Tesla doing? Tesla right now, 1,069 a share, down $19. I got to think that my friend Nick is doing just fine on his covered call. He pulled the trigger on it. Way to go, Nick. Well done. The market right now, the Dow's up 71, has not hit the record high. S&P is down 0.92 now, and Nasdaq's down 73. So the Dow's on its own. If you want to hit a new high, you have to do it by yourself because the other two markets are not pushing you higher at the moment. They're behind you. Let's see. Don't look behind you. Just look forward. You did not get those calls for 480. Lowest price was 505. Says Cheddar. I don't know when he bought it. I don't know when he did it. I have no idea. Whatever it is, it is. Where are we at here? We've got Rocket Lab down 45 cents at 11.28. The low of the day, 11.07. So we've bounced back 21 cents on Rocket Lab already. 693 volume, 693,000. SoFi, 14.34 now. The low, 14.18. 16 cent bounce back so far, down 51 on 7.7 million. The turnaround can come at any time, kids. At any time. I don't know if this is a big one or temporary or what. GameStop, 144 right now. The low, 143. 369,000 volume. Matterport, 21.17 right now. The low was 20.85. So we've had a 32 cent turnaround on 1.64 million shares on the Matterport. ME 658 down 21 cents. The low of the day 649, 9 cents off the low of the day on ME, 895,000. Over at let's see now, Spire, it's sitting at 364 right now. The low was 362, still down 12 cents on 87,900 volume. ATIP is 309. It's up 2 cents on the day. But on the low, from the low, 303.5 cents. So 5.5 cents higher than the low of the day. 411,000 volume on ATIP. The buying has started coming in on ATIP. Smart Rent down 20 cents to 9.35. The low was 9.22. We've had a 13 cent recovery, still down 20 cents. 77,000 volume. And Sextera went green again, now up a nickel. At 12.53, the low was 12.41, 12 cent recovery on 17,200. So we got a couple of greens here. We have green on Sextera, green on ATIP. We're down 40 on Rocket Lab, down 46 on SoFi, down 176 on GameStop, down only $1 now on Matterport. We're coming on again. We're down 19 cents on ME, 12 cents on Spire, and 20 cents on SmartRent right now. IBM is up $1.25 to 133.88, going for 134. Why IBM? Why? How about that? Let's see. Uncle Bruce always take what the market gives us, but also says sometimes it's okay to take a step back and a day or two off. I'm on vacation after all. Yay! Way to go, Credit Savage. You got it. We have the Dow up 81, S&P up 0.8, Nasdaq down 62. Microsoft up 36 cents, but Apple down 51, 178.78 for Apple. Tesla down 17.96 to 170.51. BlackBerry down 12. BlackBerry down 9. Bed Bath Beyond down 12 cents. Royal Caribbean up 16 cents to 78.41. Goldman Sachs down 136 to 386.40, coming back on again from a low of 384.42. So we've come back $2 now on Goldman's dip, all in the last 20 minutes. So that is what's happening here on these markets. Cisco 64.08, up 55 cents a share. That's what's happening on these markets right now. The Dow up 79, climbing. S&P climbing up 1.3. NASDAQ down 60. It's climbing a little bit. Nick, I got out for a cool $1,075 profit. Nice going, Nick. That's beautiful. Wrote the call, bought it back. Thank you very much for the free money out there. Well done, sir. I love it. Everybody making money. I'm glad to see it. Way to go, you guys. Making a few bucks, trying to stay ahead of the Joneses. Geez, Intel, wild ride this AM, says Joe. Credit, $150 is the number for GameStop for me. If it's not above that, I don't like to trade. Also, 25 is my number for Matterport, but maybe I have to reevaluate my strategy, maybe leaving money on the table clearly. Well, we'll see. This again is the last day of pure tax loss trading. This is really it. Tomorrow's trades are 2022 settlements. So, this last half of the day today, we may have a turnaround here of epic proportions. We'll watch for that. The big markets are mixed. We're down 56 on NASDAQ. We're up a point on S&P, and we're up 67 on Dow. So we got a mixed market going through here right now. That is the deal. GameStop 144.63 down $1.83. And Matterport at 21.28 after bottoming out at 20.85. So a 40 odd cent recovery on Matterport so far, with 1.7 million traded. So that's getting lighter. I think the stock's running out down here. We're running out of sellers. ME still down 20 at 6.59, but it's a dime off the low. So instead of being down 30, we're down only 20. Unchanged on ATIP now, 307 last trade. Volume on ATIP, 418,000. There's been buying here today. I'm waiting for a massive turnaround, says Flint Creek. Are we sure that settlement date is a date for taxes and not for transaction date? Joe, anyone else rip into those SoFi weeklies on the dip? When will I learn? We shall see. DQ, I'm just quoting what I know. I'm not a tax man. It could be different for some of you. I'm just reacting to what I see here. And this is classic last minute dumping of stock. That's what I think is happening here. Classic last minute taking advantage of losses from where I can see it. Now, some of the selling might be international. It's not all USA selling. You got to keep that in mind. This stock is held worldwide, trading globally. So who knows what the rules are everywhere. But under the exchange, it's a 2-day settlement as far as I know. Okay. Let's see. I'm definitely not writing calls, says False. The next rally for these stocks will be violent. Scott saying, got to go all. Hope you do well today. Thanks, Scott, for being here today, as always. Thank you, all of you who are giving us thumbs ups today. We are now at 308 thumbs ups on this show. Thank you all for stepping in for us and helping out. We love you for this. Beautiful. And let's see what else is going on. Headline, Carnival ships are facing a surge in COVID cases. Cruise stocks are falling. Well, we've seen that, no doubt about it. I'm amazed that they haven't shut them down yet. They just still haven't shut her down. It's incredible. But what can I say? It is what it is. I don't know. Sextera is up a nickel at 12.53 at the moment. Just touched 12.59 a moment ago. New high for the day on Sextera. Had just been going through. We've got Rocket Lab down 50, SoFi down 48, GameStop down 195, Matterport down 104, ME down 21, Spire down a dime, ATIP down 3, SmartRent down 21, and Sextera up a nickel. That's the one green arrow at the moment. Watching a lot of different things happening simultaneously. 386.15 on Goldman Sachs, down 146 a share. Well, let's see what we have here.
I tried to make a little foil garnish that looked like a swan, but it didn't work out.
Does this look safe to you? Can I eat this? What do you think?
It's pretty toasted.
Got that right. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be crunchy.
It's definitely going to be crunchy.
But I like
You've
the
got
crunchy.
your own teeth, though, right?
I got
You're
my
okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's toasted.
It's toasty.
Look at that.
Okay, I might have been unloading the dishwasher at the same time. I was going by smell.
By smell?
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, those smell done.
That smells like burnt bagels. I'm going to give them this.
Burnt is good.
Burnt is good.
I bet you there's a lot of people out there who would much rather have a burnt toast than an underdone, like wimpass toast.
Like that's the choice.
Yeah, that's your choice.
You can have it burnt or wimpy ass.
Or
what would you like?
Barely warm.
Yeah. Oh.
And the toast in England is just so weird. It's only toasted on one side. I think it was meant for like bigger slices of bread than what we normally have now, because then it would be like a crusty bun kind of thing. But it's weird,
right?
And they bring it to you cold.
And I think it was warm a minute ago. What do you want?
Toast racks. I mean, it's very cute and appealing, but then you're like, oh.
And the butter's hard.
You forgot to toast the other side.
You have hard butter and cold toast. The worst.
But we had for camping, we had that toaster that looks, where is my hand? That looks like this, and the sides flop down. You put your bread in, and then you flop it back up, and it sits over top of the flame. And that one you'd have to open it, flip the toast over, and put it back in. That was our camping toaster. We lived on toast. Yeah.
No knives, no toothpicks. I'm safe so far.
Maybe it's like those surprise birthday cakes, and somewhere in one of those pieces is a nickel or a dime.
Or a rusted out penny.
Or a quarter. Yeah, real.
One of those green colored pennies from the Civil War.
The kind that looked like they've been run over by a train. Did you do that as a kid? Did you put pennies on the tracks and have your parents yell at you?
No.
Oh, me neither. No. I just heard other people.
She heard about it in intimate detail. Intimate detail. Right down to how to do it.
That's before they had those penny flattening things you can find everywhere now.
True. That's true.
You can even get little albums to hold your pennies.
That's true.
Yes. And
our daughter had one.
I love that it costs you, well, at that time, it cost you 50 cents to squish a penny. And for those international travelers, American pennies work the best of any we've found.
That's true.
They flatten nice and thin, and they're the right shape. Canadian pennies get a little wooey. They're not the same. I don't know why.
Do you think that there's a federal law in the United States that makes it illegal to deface?
Oh, I'm
currency?
sure there is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Those machines would be deemed,
because I think we probably have the same one in Canada. And I don't know if I have a Canadian $5 bill. The old Canadian $5 bill had Wilfrid Laurier on it.
Yeah.
But if you drew pointy ears, he looks just like Spock. So, there is a wall there where You couldn't get a bill that just had Wilfrid Laurier on it. They were all Spock. You take your magic marker and put the black hair in the ears and it looked just like Spock.
Disrespecting the $5 Canadian dollar bill.
Yeah.
A former prime minister, no less.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
And back in the day when you had cash transactions in retail and you'd have to take bundles of cash, you'd write how many were on it. So bills had numbers everywhere. 157.
True. And it's illegal to, I think, write on it.
I think so too. Yeah. Well, and now they're that shiny stuff.
Yeah. With foil and holograms.
And they've got the line through them, the security line thing. They're pretty snappy. Well, how is it? You haven't died so far. You're not moaning or groaning. So
very nice.
Obviously, you still have something to come.
I'm going to live a little longer. I've been given another hour. Oh, man.
Another hour.
We were having fun yesterday with cash. Oh, were we having fun yesterday with cash?
God. No, I can't go through it again. No.
It's unbelievable.
It is so hard.
How the world has changed in 30 years, 20 years. Any of you out there, you all know what I'm talking about. Well, if you're American, you know what I'm talking about. If you're Canadian, you know what I'm talking about. But if you have cash, you are deemed a criminal right now. You have cash on you, you are a crook.
And especially now, like I find that I ask, if I'm in a store, I ask, will you take cash? Because they don't want to touch anything you have touched.
So this so-called legal tender, unbelievable. I can see why crypto is taking off. But I tell you.
And companies like PayPal and Venmo that allow you to do transactions amongst people. But this, okay. I'm off.
It's insanity. It's insanity. We're having all kinds of fun here. Oh, boy. Welcome one, welcome all. Vilbus, I keep adding to my SoFi position when it dips below my average. Now at 900 shares, average of 1525. I'm ready to rip. Oh, I just noticed my 3CAI is down 2. Nice. I can buy my January 2230 cover calls I sold a week ago for 5 and get them back for 250. Not a total tradeless day after all. Merkel now thinking about Goldman Sachs 390 this Friday for 243 right now. Bid ask 108, 180. There you go. Looking at a stink offer. Might be the way to do it. Goldman Sachs right now sitting at 386.50 down to $1.11. Right on. It's come back. Interesting, isn't it? We're up 67 on the Dow. We're down 0.23 on S&P. We're down 64 on NASDAQ right now. All right. We're up 14 cents on oil right now. Bruce, ask AJ to take a bite first. Auntie Jen, make her take a bite. I think there's some charcoal in there, Bruce. I love extra toasted. KY, I agree. Burnt is delicious, says KY. Frumbler, pure taste. BZ, the charcoal will clean your teeth as you eat. She really cares about you, man. John Bueller, Clay, you can probably turn that toaster into a smoker grill for some barbecue. Vernon, charcoal will absorb the poison. Bert, so Uncle has been schooling us on the cruise ship decline for months. KY, from a little charcoal now and then is okay, but charcoal toothpaste is bad for you. DQ, Jen had money for trains to run over. She had money for trains to run over. That's how rich she was when she was a kid. Pennies. Let's sacrifice another penny. We're rich.
That was free strawberry candy.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Deals, deals, deals everywhere. Oh, my. Goldman now is 386.61. It's down $1 on the day, but it has recovered $2.20 from the low of the day in the last 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Interesting. Facebook was as high as 349. Now 343. Story breaking. Headline says Facebook lower after report has been released saying it sought to create partisan wedges in Congress. Interesting. Not surprised to see that. That is common in all corporate America, but just maybe Facebook got caught. I don't know. Okay. Royal Caribbean down again, down 67 cents, gone negative again. We're up 88 on the Dow, a point on S&P. Headline: billionaire In-N-Out burger heiress sells California mega mansion for $16.25 million. There be money in them burgers. In-N-Out. Love In-N-Out burgers. Very interesting story there. She sold this house. Her name is the heiress. Her name is Lindsay Snyder Ellingson, whose grandparents founded In-N-Out in the 40s. Sold her house for $16.25 million. The estate, Bradbury, a city in the San Gabriel Valley region, close to Los Angeles, closed last week. Changed hands for roughly $500,000 less than the $16.8 million that the house was listed for back in March records show. Occupying more than 4 acres in the upscale gated community of Bradbury Estates, the extraordinary home is a shining example of opulence done so well it will delight all your senses, according to the listing. Spanning more than 18,600 square feet, the 11-bedroom home is entered through a grand foyer and a sweeping double staircase. The fitness-focused amenities abound too, such as a private 2-hole golf course, a tennis court, a basketball court, a fitness center, and a 3,400 square foot recreation center, according to the listing. Plus, there's a guest house, a 6-car garage, an infinity edge pool for a full outdoor kitchen. Miss Snyder Ellingson, 39 years old, is the only grandchild of Harry and Esther Snyder, who founded In-N-Out in 1948 and serves as the chain's president. She's worth an estimated $4.2 billion, according to Forbes. She bought the property for $17.4 million in 2012. Records show. There you go. There you have it. Billionaires buy and sell houses like anybody else. It's just that they're more valuable than our homes and a little larger too. Yeah, interesting. Of course, I'm a homeless Canadian, driving a rented Tesla. So what do I know? Anyway, Rocket Lab down 42 cents at 11.31. The low today, 11.07. We've had a 20 odd cent recovery here 24-cent recovery. Okay, Rocket Lab, it's 800,000 traded. SoFi, 1446. The low was 1418. GameStop, 144.12, down 244. Matterport down $1.07 to 21.22. The low, 20.85. ME still off 26 cents to 6.53, and that is just above the 6.49 low. Spire, 364, down 12 cents, 2 cents above the low of 362. ATIP now down 1.5 pennies at 305. The low today, 302. Smart Rent down 12 cents at 9.43. The low was 9.22. We have a 21-cent recovery. We're only down 12 cents now. Sextera up 4 at 12.52. The low of the day, 12.41. 11-cent recovery, and we're positive on Sextera. AMC down 43 cents. Robinhood down 41. Vanek down 55 cents. That went negative. Home Depot still up 2.91. IBM up $1.40 to 134.03 on the YBM. 134.03. The Dow up 95. S&P up 5. Nasdaq down 38. Microsoft up $1.05. Apple up 19 cents. Tesla down 11.39, having hit a low of 1,064. It's now 1,077. We might see our friend Nick run at it again. Bed Bath & Beyond down 4 cents. BlackBerry down 7. Royal Caribbean down 7. Goldman down only 74 cents to 386.87 on Goldman. We are hanging right in there. The high today, 389.46. Now at 386.92. All right. Oil inventories dropped by about 3.6 million barrels, they say, at the EIA, and therefore oil is up 65 cents to 76.62 right now. We got Cisco up 51 cents to 64.04. Amazon down $27. Facebook down $1.70. Google down $1. That's what we're watching right here at the moment. Okay. What else? Let's see. Man, remember the good old days? ATIP traded 33 million shares in a day or something? I missed that, says False. I got you playing in the background, says Nick. It sounds like you're eating a bagel made of glass. Sounds crunchy. Let's see. I bought one ATIP today. I am volume. Only a $6 garage. That would never do. Credit Savage. Okay, well, might as well buy some calls for SoFi since it's all cheap and all. Why not? $30, $25 calls expiring February 18, and my stink bid of 18 cents hit. Casino time, right on. $25 calls. Oh my gosh. On SoFi. Stocks 14.44, down 41 cents. Flesh Infection says, Credit Savage, hey, I have those too, except I bought them a long time ago, and they cost me a lot more than that. 18 cents a contract. Picking these off to see if there's a kind of rally coming here. Well, you got some time. Let's see what happens. Amazing. 387. It looks like Goldman's going to hit 387 now. Still down about 60 odd cents a share, but it's definitely picked up from the 384.40 low trade. So those of you who bought back your calls, you've done well. Get ready to write again if this wants to keep rallying. See what happens. The Dow now is up 106 to 36,504. We need to get to 565 to hit a new all-time high. 61 points away from a new all-time high on the Dow. S&P is up 6.5. Nasdaq still down 32. It's a mixed market, but the Dow's taking another run at an all-time high for an intraday print. See if that works or not. Up 109 at 36,507, and so 58 points away from a new all-time high. Okay, there is this story, guys. That is the deal. Good to see the Rocket Lab and SoFi down less than 60 cents a share. Rocket Lab now down 37 at 11.36. It's recovered from 11.07, so it's a 29-cent bump on Rocket Lab. SoFi is now popped up from 14.18 to 14.46, almost 30 cents recovery there. GameStop still showing 145.15, down 131, but it is bouncing up from a 142.14 low. We got Matterport still down $1.02, ME down 28, Aspire down 12, ATIP down 3. Smart Rent down only 9 cents now. Smart Rent was as low as 9.22. It's now 9.46. 24-cent recovery, down 9 cents on 92,000 volume. Smart Rent definitely making a run for the break-even area. Cyxtera up 2 cents. The Dow still up 104. Still needs about 63 points to hit a new all-time high. S&P up 6. NASDAQ down 33 points. This is what we have here. This is what's going on. This is what I figured. Lots of open interest there, and that's Super Bowl time as well, as they may have a bank charter by then, and that's why he's into these calls for February the 18th. He's looking for a little bit of time to see if it can run. Good morning, Bruce and Simpletons. Hi there, Adventures with Duncan. Credits, it could be the best 480 investment I've ever made, or the dumbest I've made, although I did buy some $10 Spire calls a few months back, laughing out loud. BZ Bagel, cheers, Bruce. What? Has Taylor ham and cheese on it. Oh, sounds good. Sounds very good, BZ. Very good. All right, IBM at 134.03. Microsoft up 69 cents now. Apple up 25 cents. Tesla 1,078, down 958. We've got Goldman now at 386.85, still down 76 cents. Cisco at 64.06 at the moment. Some stocks are topping out, some are hanging around. The Dow up 98. It just can't seem to rush through this new high level. It takes a bit of a run, but it hasn't even been super close. It's been within 50 something, but not within 10 points or anything like that yet. But the day isn't over, so we'll see how it performs and how it behaves running through this session today. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for the thumbs ups now. 330 on the thumbs ups. Let's give this market a little more gas, a little more juice. So we're going to hit the knee emojis. We'll get this market going here. Knee. You can't stop the market when the knees show up. Here they come. The knees are coming out, and that means the market's going to take a run. Maybe the Dow can hit a new all-time high with all these knees coming out here. You can't stop it. Bring us Enderberries. Oh, let's see what happens. Oh, my gosh. Fun times. Here we go, DQ. Here come the knee emojis. Knee. 92-point gain on the Dow. Let's go, Dow. You can go higher. There's no excuse. Everything's been given to you on a silver platter. Oh, man. 12.50 on Cyxtera, up 2 cents a share. The high today, 12.59. We're now at 12.50. That's where we're at right now. Okay. What else have we got going here? Matterport down $1.02. Spire down 12. GameStop 144.33 down 213. SoFi 14.43, down 42.43 cents. ATIP down 2 pennies. Smart Rent down 9 now. And Cyxtera 12.50 a share, up 2 pennies on the day. Oh, let's have a little run here, you guys. Let's have a little old run. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay. Goldman 386.58, topped out at 387 just a moment ago, but couldn't go any higher. But this might be a little pause before another run. See how this plays itself out. 84-point gain on the Dow. Now I'll call it 82. 3.7 on NASDAQ. 41-point drop on 3.5 gain on S&P. 42-point drop on NASDAQ. Markets are pulling back just a little at the moment. But, we will have volatility here. We're going to go up and down and up and down. Any of you out there who are thinking of contacting me for a one-on-one, if you want to do a get-together, I have a couple of openings left, and I'm done for the weekend. Going to be, let's see here. What do we got there? Just double-checking a few things here. Thank you, KY, for those knee emojis. And also Vernon and others. We've got timing left. Let's double check for this, just so you folks know. Saturday, I have an opening left. If you want to have an opening with me, you want to have a 1-hour session with me, Saturday at 2 in the afternoon, Eastern time. I have an hour available there. On Sunday, I have noon Eastern available. 1 hour there, and that's it. I've got 2 o'clock Saturday, noon on Sunday. All the other slots are booked up. And if you want to have a get together, talk about options, talk about your account, we'll do that. Those of you who are around tonight, don't forget tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time, I will be live, prime time live tonight, 8 o'clock for members only. No charge for members. Come on in and say hi. Love to have you come by. If you'd like to join us tonight and not be a member, well, then send me a $50 donation on my PayPal account, and I'll give you a link to tonight's show. How about that? $50 gets you into tonight's show. Otherwise, become a member for $10 per month, and you can join every Wednesday for free. Just benefits of membership. So there you go. Is membership worth something? Yeah, it's worth $50 on Wednesday night to join me live with the gang. Love to have you if you'd like to join in. Okay. Credit Savage is saying, funny thing, brother-in-law asked me what the hell I'm watching and who is Uncle Bruce. So I showed them a few of your vids, walked them through class 1. So you have a new sub. He's an Army sergeant. Good guy. There you go. Right on, man. Fantastic. Welcome to the gang. Thank you for your service. And let's see what's going on. Uncle Bruce, I've been rewatching your classes 1 to 3 quite a bit. And I always pick up things I missed the last time I watched. The gift that keeps on giving. Anyone out there that hasn't buy those classes. Thank you, Credit Savage, for that kind plug. I appreciate that. We try to tell people all the time these lessons can really pay you back handsomely. And I know Credit Savage is absolutely winning on these option programs. He's absolutely making money writing options. We're up 85.5 on the Dow, 6.3 on S&P. We're down 26 on NASDAQ. It looks like the markets are coming up again a little bit at the moment. See what we got here. Now I feel special, says Splair. There you go. Yeah, any of you want to join us tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time for live with Uncle Bruce, just send a $50 donation through PayPal, and I will make sure to send you a link so you can join us live tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time for Primetime Live with Uncle Bruce. On the other hand, if you join the channel for a $10 donation to the channel through YouTube, you're automatically going to be invited into the show tonight, so you don't have to do anything. And you know what? A $50 donation is great, but that would pay you for 5 months of this channel's membership. So, that gets you 20 primetime shows. I'm thinking 4 a month times 5 months right there. So you can buy one or you can get 20 for the same money. Up to you, though. I love donations, of course. Let's see. Flesh Infection. Credit Savage, with focus on calls, what would you say is the main benefit to the options videos if you do understand how to write and buy covered calls on a basic level? Splair, I can't wait for today. I was already sleeping 11 hours to load up fuel because I will sleep at 4 a.m. Amsterdam time. Flash is thinking, I've been thinking about this a while, checking out his classes. Should I do it? That's the question, I think, from Flesh Infection. Well, where are we at now? We're up 75 on the Dow. We're up 4.6 or 4.9 on S&P, and we're down 30 on NASDAQ. Okay, that's where we're at right now. We're watching these markets, trying to predict how they're going to do. Can the Dow hit a new all-time high or not? We're still down a ways. Let's see. Credit Savage. Oh, okay. Uncle Bruce and my fellow simpletons, sun is rising here in Waikiki, so I'll go out and buy some Starbucks as I watch the sunrise and the kids sleep. You guys have a great day. Thank you, Credit Savage. DQ, why the face is RCL green? Why the face? What is that all about? I mean, come on, RCL. What are you doing? I don't know. Just, investors, gamblers. I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. I cannot explain craziness. Just can't. Just not going to do it. Not good. Matterport down only 97 cents. It's come back over that $1 loss level. It's now down 94 cents to 21.34. We have gained 49 cents of the losses back on Matterport. 49 cents have come back. Now down 94 cents. 2.2 million. The volume is light on Matterport, telling me that the selling is abating. It looks like the tide might be turning here. Could be good. ME at 655, down 24 cents, low of 649. Spire still down 12 cents. ATIP down 1 penny at 306. Smart Rent down 9 cents. Cyxtera up a nickel. So gaining on Cyxtera. Rocket Lab 11.36, bottomed out at 11.07. So 29-cent recovery here on 1 million shares now. SoFi 14.48, down 37 cents after hitting 14.18. 30-cent recovery, 37 cents to go to flatline this stock. 9.7 million. Light day, no heavy volume. It's drying out. Again, this could be the beginning of a recovery. We'll see. The end of tax loss selling. It's coming to 8 o'clock my time. Hour and a half into the market, we might be drying out on the sell side, or 2.5 into the hour. Hour and a half into the market, and we could be drying out on sell orders. That could be happening already. Wouldn't be surprising to me at all. Let's see. So heavy on SoFi, just hit 11,400 shares. Let's go. Right on, Uncle. Splair, Uncle Bruce, I made already my first deposit into First Trade. Now I only have to wait, so I guess my first class will be this weekend before I do something stupid, says Blair. Right on. Oh, man. Yep. Check the classes out if you can. Well worth your while. I'm certain of it. So many folks who've taken my classes have time and time again mentioned that for $100, you get a 2-hour class. There are 10 of those. There's 20 hours of instruction for you if you want that much. You don't need to watch all 10 if you don't want to. You watch 3 or 4 of them. You get plenty of info. Learn how to write call options and how they work, how they depreciate as time shrinks out on them, and how you could score some nice money here every week, every time on this stuff. To make a $100 profit on a call option is so simple. There is not a lot of magic to making a $100 profit on a call option as they shrink out. They can really do well for you. You know what? A player saying, I thought about a $50 donation, but the first class earlier makes more sense. There you go. I hear you there, buddy. You're going to do just fine. Yeah, take the classes. Absolutely. Where are we at now? 387.37. Goldman has just gone through 387 like a hot knife through soft butter. 387.37. It's only down a quarter now. We've got a surge on Goldman, which says some of you guys out there might be getting ready to write call options that expire this Friday on Goldman. Just let this stock top out and then pick your target and hit those contracts. Put in some stink offers and see if you get taken out. Could be good. It could be very good. Chris Savage, Flash, it teaches me perspective and patience, since the stocks that Uncle Bruce was using as an example of whereas completely different places. It also shows me how much I didn't know and how much I have got to go. That's the thing about the classes that he is saying. ME's down 3.5%. Blair, thought about a $50 donation with the first class earlier makes more sense. Classes are great, but my suggestion is schedule a one-on-one with Uncle Bruce. That's your best bet right there. That's because I wrote a 3 to 750 call option on Goldman Sachs, says DQ. That's why the stock's going up right now. That's why it's going higher. You know what, DQ? You're probably still going to make money. You're still going to make money. I think that too, that after I do find more money for donations is there. BW SoFi Feb 22 calls. Open interest is insane. I sure hope there is no delay on the charter. Already been almost 14 months and taking longer than the rest of the charter approvals OCC has granted in 2021. Flesh Infection, Chris Savage, thank you for responding. Ventures with Duncan, good morning, Alberto from Duncan. We are now looking at a gain of 78 on the Dow, a 5.3 point gain on S&P, and a 23.8 point drop on NASDAQ. So the markets seem to be improving a little bit right now. Oil is up 117 a barrel, so that's improving. We have Rocket Lab at 11.44 now. It's climbed 37 cents from the low. It's still down 29. It's over halfway. It's come over halfway back. SoFi still down 34 cents at 14.51, but we were down to 14.18. So we've climbed just about as much as we've dropped. We've come halfway back here on 9.9 million on SoFi. It's climbing. Gamestop down $1.96 to 144.50. Matterport down 85 cents now at 21.43. The low 20.85. This is a 57.58 cent recovery now on Matterport. Looking very, very good. All righty. Let's see. ME down 23 cents at 656. 7 cent recovery on 1,100,000 now. Spire still sitting at 364. 2 cents off the low of the day. 120,000 volume on Spire. ATIP at 308.5, up 1.5 cents. Now 309, up 2 pennies. The low was 302 about a half an hour ago. We touched 302 for a moment. Now we're at 309 on 578,000. Volume is coming on again, and the stock's moving higher on ATIP. Smart Rent down only 7 cents now, 948. This is, what's that, from 922 to 948. So 26-cent recovery, down only 7 cents, 129,000 on Smart Rent. We are moving higher on Smart Rent. That could go green at any time. Hang on. It just popped here, 955 right now. It's unchanged. It just jumped 7 cents just a second. 129,900 volume, 955, unchanged on the day. Smart Rent, that is a recovery of 33 cents from the low. There's a nice move back. Looking good. Sextera up 5 cents to 12.53. So we're green on Sextera. We're almost green on Smart Rent. We're green on ATIP. 12 cents away on Spire. 22 on ME. 84 on Matterport. SoFi 33 and Rocket Lab only down now 26 cents at 11.47. 40 cent recovery on Rocket Lab, only down 26 cents. We are definitely moving higher. 80-point move on the Dow for the upside. Make that 82. 6 on S&P. 14-point drop on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is definitely coming on right now. Okay. We're moving. Okay. Avengers, good morning. Let's get this. Splair, all right, I'll leave you all now for a good break. Enjoy the day, y'all. It's been one of the last days of the year. Splair, you take care, buddy. I bought a few more Gamestop today. I just couldn't help myself, says Gody. Alberto, thumbs up to you, Splair, from Alberto. Gamestop down 147 to 144.99. Looks like we're going to hit 145. Goldman down only 3 cents now on the day. Looks like it wants to turn positive. Let it run, and when it tops out, you think it's topping? Hit the contracts. Unchanged on Goldman Sachs, 387.61. Unchanged. That is a Dow 30 component. The higher it goes, the higher the Dow might go with it. So interesting. Right now, we're up 15 cents on Goldman. We're in the green, 387.76. The low today, 384.42. That's $3.30 ago or so. We're on the upside now on Goldman. Very good. All righty. Contracts might be written here later today. The Dow is still up 73. The Nasdaq's now only down 9.9 points. It is quickly coming to the green side of the ledger on the Nasdaq stocks. So it must be FANG movement. FANGs must be improving here. We're up 2 cents on ATIP, unchanged on Smart Rent, up a nickel on Sextera. Vanik has gone green, up 66. Home Depot up 266. IBM 133.82, up 119. Microsoft up 85. Apple up 56. Tesla down only $2.16. 1,086 coming back. Bed Bath Beyond gone green, up 11 cents. BlackBerry down only a nickel. Royal Caribbean up 34. Goldman up 4 cents right now. As we noticed here, it's green. Cisco up 37 right now. Amazon down 26. Facebook down $1.50. Google down 7 cents. Google wants to go positive as well. We're plus $4 on Target. Costco up about $1.09. We're up Snowflake at 4.22. We're up $3 on Micron. We're up 22 on Intel at the moment. That is where we're at right now on a bunch of these stocks we watch. Right at this moment, lots of stuff going on. ATIP up a nickel, half a penny now. Okay. We'll see how it plays out for you. Some of you might be writing more options here rather shortly. Let's see. I'm waiting for a top on Intel to set some stink bait there. And Alberto is saying, Uncle, I keep watching covered calls on BA, Boeing, and GameStop, but I usually buy back within a couple hours, making a little bit. Should I be holding them longer? Whatever's comfortable for you, my friend. Whatever works for you, because right now we're towards the end of tax loss selling, and the down dips might be ending here at any time, and we may have a little bit of an upsurge, and you may want to just be really short term on the covered call side and just do a couple of day trades, take a few dollars off the table, and just nickel and dime your way to richness. And let's see, each morning if the stocks pop a little higher, you're going to write higher priced calls and take advantage of those levels. Next day, keep popping, you keep writing higher. That's how you play this game. John wants to know, how did that meet and greet go for you guys? That was December the 11th. Now that was 18 days ago in Ontario at the Outback Steakhouse. It went very well. We had like a 73-degree day, very little breeze, like a 1 mile an hour wind. It was nothing. We were outdoors on the patio, pure blue sky, gorgeous day. And we had a real good crowd come out. I had one of my viewers come out from Philadelphia, had another viewer fly in from San Francisco. Everyone else drove in, and we had a really good time. It was supposed to last until 2 o'clock or something like that, 2:30. I think we went till 3:30. That was great. Cheddar Stacks, I bought a ton of SoFi calls and shares this morning. Thank goodness I needed a bit of a pop here. 1460 on your SoFi, down only 26 cents. The low of the day on SoFi, 1418, a 42-cent recovery already. 10.4 million traded and climbing. Looking great, man. That's a good move, buddy. Alberto, thank you for this donation. So grateful for those. Thanks for all you do. Sincerely, your idiot nephew. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much for your kind gesture. All of you out there that you make donations to Jennifer and I, whether it's through Super Chats or PayPal donations, we love you. All donations gratefully accepted. Thank you. Keeping us on the air, and it's absolutely wonderful. We're up 11 cents on that Goldman Sachs, 387.72. We're up 59 on the Dow, 4-point gain on S&P, but only a 14-point loss on NASDAQ. So we've had a little pause in the action, and we'll see if we take another run or not. This market, it's gyrating. It is gyrating all over the place, and we'll watch for that. Thank you all so much for your kind words, support, everything. It is so appreciated. ATIP is up a penny. Smart Rent up a penny. Sextera up 5 cents. So we got 3 in the green. We're down a dime on Spire. 24-cent drop on ME. 86-point drop or cent drop on Matterport. SoFi down only 33 cents. And Rocket Lab only down a quarter. So where we're at right now. Cheddar Stacks thumbs up. So I bought in the 1420s and the 1430s on the SoFi. Short and long calls, a few puts to hedge against shares, and obviously used opportunity to average down on the owned shares. Beautiful job there. Coyote, oh man, thanks, buddy. You're the gold medal winner here. The biggest donation of the day. Appreciate your help, support, and knowledge every day. Thank you, Coyote. Appreciate that. Appreciate all of you so much for these generous displays. Appreciate it. Well, what can I say? We're hanging in there on some of our stocks. We just need a couple of shots, and we're on our way higher. Let's see what it wants to do for us. The Dow is up 55, S&P up 4, NASDAQ down 12. Is anyone buying Matterport at these prices? I should have wrote covered calls the other day on SoFi. So little in premium to me. The risk hasn't been worth the reward to risk ratio. Austin is saying, I'm thumbs up number 356, by the way. We have right now 358 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you all so much for helping out with the thumbs ups. It really helps. Giotti, Alberto, if it's hit a profit percentage you are happy with, you can buy back and then be ready to write again in the next pop. That's just how I like to do it personally. There you go. Cheddar Stacks. I have been, Austin. Let's see. He's been buying Matterport. He's been picking off Matterport as well. Rocket Lab down 27 cents only now at 11.46. Come on, Rocket Lab. SoFi 14.54 down 31. Matterport still down 95 cents. ME down 23. Spire down a dime. ATIP up a half a penny. Smart Rent up 5 cents. Sextera up 5 cents. Watching a mixed market, trying to see some profits come through. Hopefully there'll be some. Keep her going. We just keep it going, keep it going. Thank you, everybody, for these donations. Appreciate it. Oh, my goodness. This week is notoriously the worst week for most YouTubers, for almost all YouTube creators. This is the week that have the worst ratings, the worst views, the lowest participation. It's just fact. And the first week of January is usually slow, but this last week of December is usually very slow. And of course, for market participants, the stock market volumes are usually lower at this time of year, although this year I don't think they're as low as in past years, because a lot of you folks are trading from home on your devices, and it's changed the market completely. It's completely changed the market. I love it. We're up 43 on the Dow, waiting to see if there's going to be an uptick or not. Another one, we'll see what happens. Cheddar 1470 is the number to watch on SoFi. Blast through with that volume. It'll go over $15. Can it break through is the question. 1457 down 28 cents on SoFi. This is the best level since we opened this morning in the first 15, 20 minutes. We were down to 1418, and now we're almost up 40 cents from the low of the day. 10.7 million volume, pretty good for a day like today. A typical quiet day in between Christmas and New Year's. Okay, Adventures with Duncan, number 10 here. How's it going? Right on, number 10. Welcome, buddy. Let's see now. Yeah, we're still down 21 on the NASDAQ. Still backing off a little bit right now at this point in time. Alrighty. Cheddar says, hey, Duncan, will you buy a couple million SoFi real quick, please? Help us out. Just buy a couple million. Just a little bit of volume going through. That'll kind of pop the market for us. That's all we need. 1456. Let's go. Oh, man. Yeah, hoping for a bit of a turnaround here on some of these markets. Wondering when the tax loss selling will totally wash itself out, and then we pop the other direction. But the Dow just jumped up. We're up 53 points now. Just jumped 10 points. NASDAQ up 28 cents. Apple up 35, 31, 35. Tesla still down $8. And Goldman down 17 cents, 387.44. The high on Goldman today, 389.46. If it can hit that, break that, there could be 395 contracts written, 395 400s for this Friday. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on this. One never knows when the breakout can take place at any time. Cisco holding a 38-cent gain today at $63.91. Yeah, Amazon seems to be inching a little higher, and Google too looks like it's coming on a bit. Target is definitely moving up. It's up $4. It's definitely climbing right now. And Nvidia's climbing, down 444. It's climbing. Twitter's moving up. It's down 58 cents. American Airlines down 31. It's a little better than the low, but not much happening yet. Snowflake Inc. is rising. It's up 266. It's climbing. DraftKings is climbing. It's down 36 cents, but definitely climbing. Moderna climbing, up 89 cents at 242. It's definitely climbing. DoorDash a little better. Airbnb a little better. Micron climbing up 295, definitely climbing higher. So there's some stocks moving up here. Will it hit the big markets? That's the question. Will it move the big averages enough? That's what we want to see. We don't know. All right. Tonight's show should be a good one. We should have some fun tonight. We'll go over everything tonight. You can ask me whatever you want. We'll talk different option strategies and, go over some trades. Just see what we can cover here. We'll cover the day, cover the week, and then figure out what's going to happen tomorrow and the day after that, right into the year end. The Savior was at the meet and greet. He sure was. The Savior was there, all right. Cheddar stacks. 1471 is a good support level for SoFi. Bottom is 14, clearly. Flash so looking for SoFi to regain that 1471 support and hold above it, ideally close to the day above it as well. See if we can close it out there. And I'm going to go to the store and get some popcorn, says Adventure with Duncan. So if those shares climb, and then he's got those million share orders automatically in there. We'll see how it goes. Duncan, it's all good, buddy. Thank you, pal. Thank you for being here as always. Watching these markets. Oh, my goodness. 49.9, 50-point gain on the Dow at the moment. Yep. Just like butter, says Adventure with Duncan. Just like butter. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Goldman 38708 down 53 cents. Come on, Golden, give us a little pop from here, and people will start writing contracts again and make all kinds of money. It's easy. It's easy, really. You just got to wait them out. That's all you got to do. Wait them out on when you're long, when you're short the contract, and wait them out. Get ready to write. Patience is the name of this game. Picking your spots and jumping in there and making your move. Yeah. Do you think next week will be slow and steady, buying that vamps up throughout the week? Or do you think next week will be violent and bloody with lots of green blood? It could be very active, BW, because it's the start of the new quarter, the new year, and a lot of cash is going to come into this market. Remember, at the end of every month, all these deductions that are done at your employers, all you folks out there who work for a living for employers, a lot of you have cash that gets deducted from your paychecks. And then the dough gets transferred over to the staff savings plan, which gets transferred over to ETFs or mutual funds and so on, and some hedge funds. And so all this dough comes in, the year-end dough comes in, tons of it, from hundreds of millions of people out there around the world. I mean, this is not just a U.S. phenomenon or Canadian phenomenon. This is global. So we're talking billions of dollars are coming into these funds. They have to invest it. They can't sit on cash. Cash pays nothing. A U.S. Treasury, 1.4%. That's not going to be enough to run the market and give a decent return. These guys have got to outperform the market. So they're going to come into the market looking for stocks to buy that they can make a capital gain on that will outdo the markets itself. And the estimates for the S&P 500 is an 8% rise in earnings, average earnings increases. So they're going to be looking for growth and increased share values. Where they think they can get them, and billions of dollars are going to be chasing stock the first week of January, like they do every year, and of course the first week of February. Here we go. First week of March. Here we go. Every time. BW. I'm expecting much more volume, much more volume. Nick says, I sold one Tesla again, a Jan 7 2022 $1,100 call for $35.29. Right? I love Nick. Nick, I love this. So he's done it again. He's sold an $1,100 call. The stock's at 1,082. It's off 607 on the day. It had just topped out about 10 minutes ago at about 1,086. Now it's 1,082. And he's hit a contract again for Jan 7 expiry. So that's next week, Friday. That's a contract that has 7 trading days to it. 35.29. He's nailed it at 35.29. Way to go. Way to go. I like it. It's out of the money. That's all premium. $3,500 contract. That's all premium. There is no book value on that contract. And it's 1740 out of the money right now. 1740 out of the money. You got to love how he's doing this. I love it, man. Way to go, Nick. Absolutely score this deal. Make another a couple more bucks again. I love it. Right now, I'm showing him at 35.95 to 36 something. He's right in there. And my quote is late. My machine is behind right now. So 1,082 on the stock. If it drops to like 1,060, 1,050, 1,060, Nick will score a nice easy $1,000, if not more, again today for a second time on Tesla. And the low today, 1,064 on the stock already. It was right now 1,081, down $7. It's beginning to fall again on Tesla. You gotta love this. Way to go, Nick. Way to go, buddy. We'll watch that with you. All right, Uncle Bruce. I'm heeding your volatility warning for the rest of today. So I canceled the 149 limit offer, left the April 270 stink bidded for 985 in place until Friday. There you go, buddy. Just kind of let's see what it gives. Let's see what it does. You'll be writing. The hope I have is you're going to be writing Gamestop calls from much higher levels, higher strike prices. In the not too distant future, because today is basically end of the year end. Look, I just picked up 50 more SoFi 1420 today. Loving the sale, says Bobby. BW, we'll be ready for that, Bruce. Loading on dry powder right now. Uploading it up. Pickcomb, Nick, that sounds like a power move to me. John, Dang it. Got to actually work today. Take care, everybody. See you in the afternoon. Sorry, John, to hear that. That's the way it is. 1,081 on Tesla, down 710 right now on Tesla. Okay. That's where we're at. 1,081 share. The Dow is up 57, a little better. S&P up 3, NASDAQ up down 21 points. Okay. Oil's at 76.61, up 63 cents right now. And let's see. Okay, I see what's going on there. There we go. And there we go. There we go. Okay. January 1,100 in Teslas. 1,100 Teslas. 36 bid. 36.40 offered. So that bid is dropping. Definitely dropping. 1,081 on the stock. Right on, Nick. Right on. Way to go, man. Way to go. Okay, keeping an eye on these markets here. We've got the Dow right now showing a 66-point gain, 3.3 on S&P, and a 20-point drop on NASDAQ. So we're improving a bit on the big board, and we're going to see how this affects all our stocks here. Gamestop just went green at 146.71, up a quarter. Need a run there. We got Matterport still down 87 cents. ME down 22 now to 657. It got as low as 649. Looks like it might want to break out here. Spire still down a dime. ATIP down 1 penny. Smart Rent up 9. And Sextera up 3 cents right now. IBM up 99 to 133.62. The Dow up 63.64 points right now. Tesla 1,080, down 827. Tesla backing up a little more at the moment. $1,080. Cool. 1,079.93 just broke the 1,080 barrier on Tesla. Just broke that support level. That's a nice round number that just went through there. Royal Caribbean up 15 cents. Goldman Sachs down 26 cents to 387.35. It's getting close again to coming back to the plus range. We're up 31 on Cisco right now. Okay. And there we go. Tesla, 1,079. Well, let's see how it works. Let's see how it works out. Cool. GameStop still up a little green right now, plus 7, plus 22. I'm debating DCA versus lump sum on VOO for my boring IRA. Laughing out loud, says Red Solo Cup. Will, GameStop back in the green, hoping for a little pop here. I am too. We'll see what happens. Up 51 now on GameStop. John, have a great day, everyone. See you later today. Thanks, Uncle B. You got it, John. Thank you. 146.97 on GameStop, up 51 cents. Tesla, 1,080 at the moment, down 839. The Dow up 55. S&P up 140. NASDAQ down 30 points right now. We're approaching the 3-hour mark for my telecast today. Remember a couple of things. 3 o'clock this afternoon, I will be right here for the final hour of the market, covering the close in plain English. And then tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time for all sponsor members. Big alert, I will be live at 8 o'clock tonight, just for sponsor members or anyone that makes a minimum $50 donation on my PayPal account. You'll be able to join me tonight at 8 o'clock live if you're a member or a big donator. And I thank you all very much for popping in and saying hi. We'll cover the markets. It's an open Q&A show. You ask me whatever you want to ask. We'll have some fun tonight. It'll be the last one of the year, and I won't be doing that until next year sometime. How about that? Yeah, Primetime Bruce just made my day. Yahoo! I do what I can. What can I say? Up 58 on the Dow. Come on, Dow. See if it can move a little more. GameStop up 21. Yeah. Up 7 on Smart Rent. Up 3 on Sextera. Whoo-wee. Apple up 11. Microsoft up 24. Tesla 836 on the downside. Right here, right now. Goldman down 45 cents to $387.16. That's where we are on Goldman right now. Okay, there it is, kids. That's it. That's the dealio for the morning show, it looks like. 1,079 on that Tesla. right now. The Dow up 57 points. Can Tesla give Nick a $10, $15 drop from here? It'll make him an easy $1,000, maybe more. Who knows? It can happen anytime. We'll watch it, see what's going on. Time is on his side, though. That contract will be worth zero if the stock stays down here at 1,080. He can keep all $3,000, all of it, if he runs it to the end. Not bad for 8 days, huh? 8 days, $3,000 profit. Anything wrong with that? I don't think there's wrong with that at all. 3,500 actually, 3,500 and $3,529 would be his full profit if he held it to the end, Jan 7, if it expired worthless. That's not a bad return by Jan 7, don't you think? That's pretty good. Pretty good money. Yeah, that's not bad. It's a pretty good job. Get paid that kind of money between now and that point just with your job. It's good money. Yeah. Now, if you could write 10 of those, can you imagine if you can write 10 of those kinds of contracts? $35,000 by January the 7th. You'd be looking at that. You might be looking at that big house that the heiress just sold. I don't know. That might be too much though. $16 million versus $35,000 in 2 weeks. I don't know if $35,000 every 2 weeks is enough money. That's about $800,000 a year. No, it's not enough money. You can't afford a $16 million house if you only make $800,000 a year. It's not going to work. You're going to have to limit yourself to like a $1 or $2 million house. I mean, you got to pull in, cut back a little bit, live within your means. I guess that's what that means. I'm just saying, I mean, you got to, everyone's got to live within their window, can't overdo it just because you want to, Okay. Yeah. Ventures with Duncan. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, Ventures. 1,078 on Tesla. We're dropping off. It's starting to drop off. Down $10 now. Down $10. Dow's only up 33. The Dow's backing up. We're down a point on S&P and we're down 40 on NASDAQ. We're definitely dropping back on the market. The market's pulling back across the board. Interesting. We're down 33 on Rocket Lab, down 31 on SoFi. We're up 14 still on GameStop. We're down 86 on Matterport. We're down 24 now on ME. We're down 12 on Spire, down 2.5 on ATIP. Still up a dime on Smart Rent and up 2 on Sextera, but they're moving red elsewhere. I just got 100 ATIP now. Let's see what happens. 304 on that ATIP. GameStop, IBM up 89. The Dow up 31. Microsoft down 4. Apple down 6 cents. Tesla just dropped, was down about 11, right now down about $10. Bed Bath Beyond down a penny. BlackBerry down 7 cents. Royal Caribbean down 6 cents. Goldman down $1.14. So we got some negativity coming in here. Cisco backing off, still up 27 cents, but it's backing up right at the moment. So we have some resistance here. Little selling coming in. 1,078 now on Tesla, down 10.05 a share. Tesla might give up $10 real quick here. You never know. Just went to 1,077. Interesting. Was he writing that naked, or is he actually risking shares? He's got 100 shares. He can write a call. Yeah, that man can write calls and make money, and he is. Interesting market movements here. 1,078 on Tesla, down 10.29. Rock and roll, man. Okay, it's all relative, folks. Whether you do it through poor man covered calls, like with Goldman Sachs or with Cisco, you can write poor man covered calls contracts on those easy. Same with Apple, Microsoft, anyone you want. But you can also just own the stock and write against your stock. Totally up to you. Yeah, indeed it is. GameStop up 17 cents right now. The Dow is up 30, but only 30 now. S&P is down 2 and NASDAQ down 45 points. We're down 11.28 on Tesla, 1,076. And Nick wrote $1,100 calls that expire next week, Friday, for about $35-something a piece. They're now 24 out of the money, 1,076 on the stock, $24 out of the money with 8 days to go. So they will give up some ground here. I feel like I'm getting flagged as a day trader if I write and buy back calls. Is there a problem with that if I maintain the minimum amount of my MU account? There shouldn't be, but you got to check with your broker. I can't answer that question. BW, yeah, with that $100,000 risk and not having the shares, I'd stick to my $110 or $1.10 Matterport for now. Well, it's all relative, my friend. It's all relative. It's all good. It's all good. We're up 36 points on the Dow, down 183 on S&P, down 45 on Nasdaq. There it is, 1,076.60 on Tesla, down $11.87. You know what? I forgot what green looks like, says Adventure Duncan. I've forgotten all about it. I had no idea what green looks like. There you go. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, folks, join me this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the final hour of trading. Thank you, all of you, for these thumbs ups. 376 thumbs ups have come in on this show. If you can hit that thumbs up button for me, we might get to 400 here real quick. If any of you out there can nail that thumbs up button for us, we only need 24 thumbs ups to hit 400 thumbs ups. And please do that. I'll throw up some neat emojis. You guys hit the thumbs ups, and let's see if we can accomplish great things. The neat emojis will make the markets go up. The thumbs ups will get me to 400 thumbs ups, and YouTube will promote this channel even further. 382 now on the thumbs ups. Here come those neat emojis, one after the other. Thank you all. 385 on the thumbs ups. We only need 15 more now. We're so close. I can taste it. Coyote's putting up the neat emojis too. So is who else putting up neat emojis? I'm looking for a bunch here. Thank you, everybody, for doing this. 385 on the thumbs ups. Keep them coming in, guys. Thank you. BWUSAF. There's thumbs ups over there. Neat emojis over there. 388 on the thumbs ups. 12 to get. Only 12 more. Sean and Wendy, God's amazing. Thumbs up. We got neat. Oh, they're showing up everywhere. How can the markets not go up now? How can it not go up now with all this support coming in on the neat emojis? 393 thumbs ups. Thank you all. 7 away from the big 400. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so very much. Red Solo Cups, put them out there. Everyone is throwing them up here. I appreciate that. Neat for prime time. Yes. 393 thumbs ups. Keep those coming in. 7 away from 400. 6 away. Kareem is throwing up neat emojis. You can't stop this market now. Red Solo Cup has done it. Kareem has done it. We're going higher. There's no doubt about it. Now we're going up. You can't help but go up here. We're up 49 on the Dow. Look at that. It's popped up. It's popping up right now. We're up 394 thumbs ups. Thank you. 6 more, and we have 400 thumbs ups. Everybody, please. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. 397. We need 3 more. Dr. Walter, thank you for the neat emojis. This market's going higher. We're up 46 to 47 points on the Dow. Come on, markets. Would be great. That would be terrific. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. 397 on the thumbs up meter. We're just about there at 400 thumbs ups. Nelson's giving me the neat emojis here. There you go. Thank you, sir. Joanne Whitehouse giving a COVID briefing live never helps. 401 on the thumbs ups. We did it. We got 400 plus thumbs ups. Thank you all so much for those. Appreciate it. We love you for that. All right, guys, I will be back at 3 this afternoon. We're going to shut the show down together. We'll see what this market wants to do. In the meantime, keep your eye on these markets. Take advantage of some of these prices and make some money. And we'll keep you posted, and I'll look forward to seeing you shortly. 1,075 on that Tesla, down 1330. Way to go, Nick. Way to go. That's good stuff. We'll see how it goes at 3 o'clock this afternoon, everybody. We'll talk to you this afternoon. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.